saying on the real deal, Bradley Beal. Come up real quick. I need to do. I used to fuck.
between you and my boy Jonathan, all this pop smoking.
イエーイお兄ちゃんピースピース
His ringtone pop smoke, he's a retarded. Oh, bro, well, he's like, bro,
How many
I can't do
How
this.
many yo? Yo.
Yo, could you read it? Oh, bro, this
Billie Jean, Billie Jean. Billie Jean.
Oh, that nigga was funny.
Rest in peace.
That nigga, yeah, rest in peace for sure. Oh man, I can't believe it.
We
Y'all
really
did-
here,
yeah.
dog. We here, bro.
Y'all did not tell me how crazy it was gonna get. I really didn't know.
I
I
would've-
thought I knew.
I would.
I thought I knew, but I didn't know.
Listen, if it comes on the channel like that, you know it's real. I would.
Yeah.
You know what? I would have talked about it if it didn't move me like that. You know what I'm saying?
The world building is just an aspect of the series that I didn't know I was getting to this degree. Just the way she's even doing this. I've never seen no shit like this before in my life. The closest thing that I see to this is Lord of the Rings. Like, for real, for real.
We good, Chief. How you doing? But yeah, nah, like it is honestly insane, man. It's so crazy.
Like, you not
It's made me
supposed to be able
rethink
to do
graphic novels, especially. Just like how you could storytell a graphic novel specifically. Almighty, my God, what's happening? What's going on? Somebody did something earlier. I didn't see it. I think I heard it. Thank you. For the follow, for a subscription, or a gift, or a bit. For the I don't remember what sound effects. I don't remember what sound effect is what no more. Alright, you hear though. Cheers. That's definitely the wrong. Here we go. Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir. What's happening? What's going on?
Tears in my eyes, the greatest of all time.
Listen. Vince is here, man. He caught up, bro. He's here. He's here, bro. We got another one. We got another one.
Listen, I fulfilled my promise. I told y'all in 2022
イエーイ
this was the
お
move.
兄ちゃんピースピ
told y'all.
ース
I would start as soon as the year ended and the year began.
I praise
I
the
have
Lord.
accomplished that.
I praise the Lord. Awadio.
Yes, sir.
Ah, my goodness. We got another one. Thank you for the subscription, Zodiac, my guy. Back like I never left. Brago stole that from me. Don't let him tell you otherwise, bro. We talk about the greatness of Kubera. Yes, sir. Vince is caught up. This is all that matters right now.
Thank you, Zodiac. Yeah, bro. Like, nah, this shit is crazy.
It was me and
Yeah,
stuff for like
yeah,
4
yeah.
months. My guy Abdel. Always showing love, bro. Always. You know, Abdel's like my first, like, anything, like, for the most part, from a monetary standpoint, Abdel was the first person on YouTube and on fucking Twitter. That's my guy, bro.
Real.
Those Kubera tweets were fun to follow, Vince. I just recently caught up. Let's go, Kubera. Greatest. Lost Child is here. Katana's here. We're here. All here. All right. Birdman Hand Rub. I praise the Lord. In Dior. First, bro. The first thing I gotta ask you real quick, because we were talking about it, just about Rand. Now,
Okay.
I'm not going there, but I told you Rand went through some shit, bro. Like, he was about to change up. Like, the Rand that you saw back in the day, not calculating, just freezing stuff, and the Rand that you see today, not the same person, bro.
Right, yeah, not at all.
Oh, God. I'm telling you, bro. I'm sorry, man. He's the better Rand. I gotta give it to him.
Nah, he's still not above my
Nah, he
Tower
is,
God,
bro.
but
He is, bro. He
not
is.
not for me.
He
Not for
is.
me.
He is, bro.
Nah,
He's gotta
nah,
be.
not for me.
He's gotta be. Nah, nah,
That
nah.
other little nigga different, bro. He just different. But I do fuck with this Red a lot.
Yeah, that's all I needed to hear, though, for the most part. It's not you. I saw my 9 for season 3 characters for you. Said, okay, boom, we're here. Because, man, him and we'll get to the second, but Mr. Unchained, I think of that be Mr. Incredible. We all have assembled. What's up, Wolf? How you doing, brother? We here to talk about the greatness. Kubera, it's time. Now, do you think that it progressively gets better by the season? Are you with me on that?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely,
okay.
absolutely. I didn't know if it was or not because I was just like after season 2, I was like, this gonna be hard to top, especially how it ended.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, how's she gonna outdo the peaks of this?
Mm-hmm.
But then season 3 just keeps building upon that. Like she don't slow down. And season 3 throughout, because season 2 there are moments, but I feel like they're kind of not far in between, but they're in between. Season 3, those moments of peak stuff is a lot more connected. It happens a lot more often.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, because season 1, like, because even in season 2, there wasn't a lot of things that made me like, because everybody was like, oh, you're at the parts, and that's when the depression start hitting. And I'm just like, I'm not depressed. No, I'm not sad. It takes
Mm-hmm.
a lot to make me sad. It takes a lot to move me. And the thing is, I don't even know if I necessarily felt the same depression stuff when I got to the parts that I did for everybody else, or for the same reason for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like season 2, like I said, I know a lot of people don't fuck with Lorraine, but for me, from the standpoint that like I can kind of relate to this more than most people to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that because in my life I have somebody who I was very close to that was very important to me that basically, for better or worse, ended up being a murder, basically.
Oh yeah,
So it's just
yeah.
like that part really stuck with me because just like you want to believe in the best of somebody, and when you have that relationship with them, you don't want to believe they just did this shit for like no reason. You're like, no, it got to be a reason. There has to be like something you did this for, and she made mistakes. Mistakes were made.
I do find it funny that like the Lorraine thing. I like what you when you say like I understand and I get it, but like fuck that bitch, bro. I'm not.
No, I feel it. I'm not mad. I
I
understand
know.
why y'all feel that way. I'm just like it's for me. It's a little bit different.
I'm good,
So
Wolf. I'm good, bro. I'm just enjoying my break. I'm back full force Monday. I felt like streaming today. That's why I did it. So, and I realized it's been 14 days in the new year. I didn't stream on Twitch at all. So, but yeah, Vince is caught up. I feel that Almighty. Sometimes you just cover what you read what you cover, and that's all you can handle. Life get busy. I understand. Lorraine's a clown that popped off at the finish line for me. Okay, I feel that. Still ain't gonna forgive her for what she did to Saha though. I mean, we can speak about that because I like his.
Saha
Yeah,
don't
see
move
Saha.
me the way it moved.
See
Don't
Saha.
move me the
Go
way it
ahead.
moved the rest of
Speak
y'all.
on it. Speak on Saha. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I think Saha is a good person. I think for the most part, he's not super great as a person because I think people fail to forget that the nigga knows silent magic. Like at the end of the day, nobody who knows silent magic is like a perfect person. They all have super faults
Mm-hmm.
because they all thinking about the greater purpose. So they're willing to let people die and this, that, and the other. But out of all the silent magicians that we saw, he is probably the best. And but for me though, that ain't necessarily moving me. And I wasn't with Saha long enough for me. And he made an impact, but it wasn't like I'm not super moved that easily by just like, oh, this person is supposed to be good. Cause like I have kind of the same thing with Yuta. Like I like Yuta a lot more, obviously, because I've been with Yuta a lot more. But like just because Yuta does good stuff does not necessarily mean I'm just like, oh my god, Yuta, like, Yuta, why are you in this situation? I'm just like, you're not the only one, bro. Like that's just kind of how I feel. I'm just like, there's just so many people in these situations
He's
doing
not.
anything, and it's just like they're all. I see all, and the thing that I love that Kurigam does so much, I see all facets of their character.
Yeah.
I don't just see, oh, look at them, they're just, they're such a victim. They're doing such a good. The only person really like that Ario. There's a couple people. There's only like Lee's, and even her moments. You could even say some of her moments with some stuff she do. But like Lee's, Ran, and Rilla before all the shit started happening to her. Like that's like the main people were just like they were all victims, super victims of their circumstance, their shit that's going on and things that are going on. Everybody else kind of has a part to play in shit that be going on. So it's just like, yeah, for me, though, like I think Saw is cool though. I don't got an issue with Saw. It's that it wasn't moving me. Like I definitely feel like a lot of people were just like, oh my god, Saw died. I can't believe it. For me, I'm not gonna lie, I was on the moon because it was the Asher feed. It was the Asher feed, so I was on the moon.
Yeah.
I was like, Asher took out somebody. Let's go. Before then, I'm not gonna lie, like I knew Asher was powerful, but he wasn't fighting Suras or anything. And at this part of Kubera, nobody was like
her
really
divine
like,
affinity is crazy, cuz.
yeah, like. But my thing is like it's like Kurigan was really holding back from like either because she couldn't draw fights that well or she just didn't. It wasn't the moment for her. I don't know the reasons. You know, I'm not mad at it. Like we obviously have our thing where even you like we on the same boat. It's just like, man, there could be more fights. Like a lot more things could be happening.
Yeah.
But that wasn't her strength, but it's still not her strength. But she's obviously gotten like a like 10 times better at where she was.
Well, I respect her. She's a run from it. That's the best way for me to put it. She won't run from it. She won't try to ride around the fight. If she got to make one happen, she'll make one happen, even if it's brief. But I'll say this about the thing I've always said about Saha is like it's the same way like Tio like we'll speak on Tio in a second, but the reason why I think Saha resonates with so many people is the immediate impact that he has and the lasting impact that he has despite not being in the narrative for that long. That's remember I used the Mello example with Death Note. I'm not saying Mello's a great character or whatever, but what I appreciate about him is after L's death, you're like, what the F are we finna do? And Mello just kidnaps that nigga's sister, and then we like, boom, we just started moving. Like Saha's like, bro, she a criminal. Like we gotta get her out of here. And he was just on his shit. And then like to see the way that he went out is because not necessarily because like he's weak or incompetent, but because the person who opened the door first that he saw was somebody that he loves, and that was that moment of weakness, and that moment of letting her guard down was all it took. And I'm like,
she
damn,
knew that.
Yeah,
no, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy though, retroactively how it happened because she was gonna go get Lila out the paint. Mm-hmm. Like Lila was finna be gone, and Lila ain't no slouch. Like it wouldn't. I don't. Yeah, I don't think it would have been. I don't think it would have been easy by no means. But I'm pretty sure Ashley was confident that like, yeah, I could be. And then Claude was like, nah, you not finna do that. And then Ashley was like, okay. He's like, okay. He's like, man. She's like, listen, I'm not worried about it. I'm just like, bro. She really was like, I'm okay. Like it's not a big deal. Like she's like, y'all act like I ain't been doing this for a while. Like I've really been out here. Like I can wait. I'm patient. Mm-hmm. Like I don't got to do this right now. And then she went and she's like, I'm gonna just go get the other one. And I'm like, wow.
Okay, like I would say, she was playing 6-dimensional chess while they was playing with sticks and stones in the sand, bro. They didn't know what was going on. They had no idea what was going on. She was on another tier, another plane. I said, son.
I can't believe like she really like and the thing was it wasn't like it was a different type of a type of smart. It wasn't just like, you know, that Aizen type shit where it's just like I'm smarter than everybody, like you thought you knew, but you like it was different. Because like there were people that could match her in brain and wit and stuff like that, or at least different areas of it. Because I think in Kubera, I think she does a really good job of showing different types of intelligence, and different types of stuff. Because just like nobody's saying that like Ash is a genius, but like Ash is more of a genius because of her processing speed, and more because she knows the events kind of that are supposed to happen already. So it's just like, and the thing about Asha, she is willing to play into those cards. And willing and just her level, which makes her so despicable but also so great, is that she's willing to do anything and she's willing to play into any of your weaknesses, mental, emotional, psychological. She does not care. She's just not going and barring up everybody. She's patient. She's willing. She for Lee's and for Rand, she'll bar them up. She's like, these guys are weak psychologically, they're weak mentally. I'll just bar them up.
Yeah.
With other people, even though Rand's a little bit stronger mentally than you give him credit for, but she knows he's susceptible to certain stuff because he's such a good person. He's so nice. She knows like I can turn this on his head. For other people, for Saha, she just like, I'm gonna just take the people you love and throw them in your way. And it just depends on the person with like and it was just kind of like because like for when I was reading season 2 and which one is this? Ruchi? Is it Ruchi or the other one? One of the green hair bitches.
Reach
that,
or Ruchi.
Reach,
Yeah,
that I don't fuck with like that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't fuck with.
I like them.
Like I like that they got money, but I don't fuck with them.
I feel that.
Yeah, I don't fuck with either one of them. They not it for me. They are probably two of the characters that I like the least in the entire narrative. But when Richie came and she was just threatening Ashley and stuff all just like that, and I'm kind of just like, why Ashley just didn't blow her out of the sky? Because she really could have. Like I know she's fucking rich and she would have been like important missing if she was gone. But if Asha really wanted her gone, like it'd been no biggie. Like no problem. She could have made her disappear, and not even just killing her. She could have just made her disappear for a while, or threatening her and shit like that. Because she already outplayed her like 2 times already.
Yep.
Before she already decided to like, and then it was just like the whole thing of just like, why you revive Tio? Why did you show this in front of everybody? Why did you do this? Like, and just the whole thing of that became necessary because of that. She did a good job of tying that in. That made it. Kurigama is so good at taking things that like, if any other person, mostly that I knew would have did this, I'm like, why did you do this now? Right here? Because that was my initial thoughts. Like when I'm reading it, I'm like, why are we doing this thing? Because like I was with Lutz, like basically to get a like kind of on my thinking. I was with Lutz. I was like, why are we doing this right now? Like, Ashley might be a bad person, and I already suspected when they said it, when the numbers started increasing about how many people she actually killed or whatever. I was like, oh yeah, she did that shit. Like I'm not naive just because she's my favorite character. I'm not like I understand that like this person's not a good person, and I've known that for a while. But I was kind of with Lutz. I'm just like, she's still one of the strongest magicians, and if y'all supposed to be battling Suras and shit like that, kind of need her. I don't know how many of y'all nice like that. Like that's all like.
No, I feel that.
So yeah, but go ahead. I can go on a tangent. I can do this all.
This is great. This is what I'm here for, man. You gotta get it out. I know you gotta get it out, bro. I know.
Yeah.
Because every time I finish the season, I have to get it out. And I smoke for like 50 minutes every time. What's scary about Asha is her patience, planning stuff for so long, the confidence to win, or to just not lose. Like, yo, if I'm losing, everyone loses. We tying, no one wins. So she on that gimmick, improvises it, still wins. Yep. Roos barred her up. Facts. She was hesitant before, was what I thought. The moment Tio revival happened, she decided on completing her task. I feel that. What's up, Mikey? How you doing, brother? I'm good, man.
Ruchi barred her up. I don't know if I agree with that. Somebody did bar her up in this standpoint.
I think it might have been.
I don't know.
Well, sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, see, because to me, the person who barred up Asha in season 2 was Rand. Rand was the only person, and maybe Saha, if you want to count that. They were the only people that barred her up in the entire season 2. Now, season 3, some other stuff happened later. But in season 2, Rand was the only one because I thought the moment she kind of seemed the most vulnerable was when Rand was she was kind of being emotional. She like, man, you always taking Lee's aside, all this shit because like there are moments where she shows weakness with that type of shit bothering her. And, but Rand was just like, you didn't look at it from Lee's perspective. Why didn't you look at it like this? And she seemed genuinely surprised. Because sometimes she be fake surprised, or sometimes she just be like, she be a little shocked, but she not like, she playing into it, or she just like she purposely not saying shit. I thought Rand multiple times legitimately caught her off guard. Maybe because she didn't think Rand was that smart. Because in season 2, he shocked you a lot. Like, because you just
easy
like
to write off Rand as just a bumbling fool, especially when you see his brother in action. I could see that. I could see a lot of the things he do with catching me off. I mean, it did catch me off guard. Actually, all things considered. So, not hesitant. I think she had a different plan for Lee. I could see that too. I could see that too. Like, If,
Oh yeah, that
because
fish. I don't like that fish either. That
because
that fish is easily the worst character.
nah, she funny, yo.
Up, bro.
She
I'm
funny.
talking to me. I'm like, man, Lee's is not me. Cause I'm like, who are you talking to?
Mm.
Why are you talking to me?
See,
I don't know
Mikey,
who you
Mikey,
are.
that's what I thought you meant. I thought you talking about when Roosh brought up the fish girl. Yeah, and then,
Yeah. She did. No, she did. She did. That's the best thing she did. That's the best thing.
Rand's utmost honesty can catch you off guard, especially in a universe in a world like this where you don't expect people to be honest and stuff like that. Kind of like our world in a lot of ways, where honesty isn't really respected all the time. So I could, I could feel you on that. But no, Asha's like betrayal, so to speak, too. I always think it's so fascinating because I really don't think she did that. Like when she's kind of explaining, like, yo, I like tried to kill you. I was not very nice to you. Blah blah yada yada. You like I'm like, damn. You know what? She's not wrong. Like, like,
But at the same point, though, like she said it. I don't think it was as easy as she was making it sound.
for sure, for sure. She's in the
Because she can
moment
turn it
there,
on.
so she just said it like that. Now, matter of factly, she's gonna look weak, obviously.
Yeah.
Well,
She just knows how to play into Lisa's psychology. She knows how to get Lee
hundred
where
percent.
she want her. But
Mm.
she could, like, and some
F
of the things
something like
said she
that.
was
What's
true.
up? Mm.
She could kill her anytime. She could do this and that. She was a nice girl. Like, yeah, all that was true. But
Mm.
she was actively avoiding killing Lee. She could have killed Lee, like, because
So
even
many times, like,
right, and even the moment I thought the moment that was most interesting with her plane and they're going to the pronounce it, but like arrow something something. Uh,
Aero Plateau or Aero Plateau, I think it is.
yeah, yeah. She goes, so she's going up there, and she hits Lee's with the spell, but she knows Lee's is gonna go down to God Barrett.
Mm-hmm.
She knows that.
She funny.
Yeah, she kind of liked Lee, and she always hated Lee's at the same time. Like I think in some ways she was warming up to her,
Mm-hmm.
and she started it on some regard. It didn't. With her, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, she gonna get the job.
I
They
agree.
nothing can stop her from accomplishing from what she's gonna accomplish. But it don't mean though that she didn't show some level of humanity throughout the seasons as it was going. She was just constantly throwing it away. She had to always justify her decisions to herself or to others.
Mm-hmm.
She had to do that because if she didn't, then she would legitimately the sins on her would start wearing her down.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing kind of with Maruna and some other. The sins are gonna start to wear you down eventually. You if you think about what you're actually doing, because like Lee don't deserve any of this, and she know that, but she ain't trying to hear all that because if she do that and she start being nice,
That's gonna mess with what she
then she
has
not
to
gonna
do.
get what.
Yeah.
Yeah, she not gonna win.
It'll mess with her own personal convictions. So
Right.
rereading
She's the
season
one with the
two.
least amount of chance of
Mm-hmm.
like she got to do what she and she fighting on a battlefield that really she should not be fighting at all. She don't
Yeah.
got no business.
Rand, I'm honestly catch you off guard. I feel that. We'll be talking about Kubera, Mensa Kubera, brother. Vince just caught up, so we just getting a lot of stuff off his chest. I know it's a lot, man. What's up, Yak? What's happening? Asha has always hated Leeds. Nah, Asha definitely struggled with it. Rereading makes it a lot more clear for me. Hope you're having a good day. We are. To your jealous of people like Leeds, I think at first her hesitance had a lot to do with Rao. That's what I think. I think if I can properly really understand Asha's relationship to Rao, I think it'll clear a lot of things up for me. Because I don't know if it's respect. I don't know what it is exactly. There's something a bit more there. I don't think it's love personally. My one friend who's reading it thinks that Asha low-key loved her. I don't think that's the case, but everyone's interpretation is a little different.
If he, I think it was more like this is an actual dad she felt like to her actual
Like father figure, maybe.
like she cared about her mom, but like obviously that it was a very
Not enough.
complex
Not
story.
enough to like get him back. Like I want to win. Do you think that that her motivations when you got
They
a backstory
uh
justify like her actions? Like,
okay.
could you like are you like? I guess I'm just trying to say like, do you think that her actions are justified based on getting her backstory? Because I actually thought her backstory was pretty powerful, all things considered. And me and you spoke about this, but like her being like, yo, they messed up my future. They don't get one. I'm not,
See,
I'm
see,
not-
I
felt that.
love
it.
that.
I felt that. It's
I
petty as hell, but I felt it.
that is one of the best backstories for that reason because of how it ended. Because that is something that just so
Mm-hmm. You're cutting in and out a little bit.
standpoint that just like, oh, you killed my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I want revenge because y'all fucked me over. And that is like, and she's just like, it's me. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
my internet going?
No, I'm
Oh
saying
no, okay.
you're cutting in and out a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could tell.
Mm-hmm.
Damn internet. But yeah, no,
Mm-hmm.
just so crazy. She just like, just like, that's crazy. Crazy. Like you're insane. But like, y'all, and plus, if y'all see me on this channel, I'm a shitty merchant, shit like that. Y'all knew what that. Y'all knew this character was gonna be the one.
Mm-hmm. And I feel it.
Y'all knew it was gonna be.
Is this cancellation discussions? We are all the way caught up to whatever is on I think Kubari.moe or probably MangaDex with either or. I don't read the Raws, so if you're talking about
No, yeah,
Raws,
I ain't ready.
we not raw yet. We're not. I think those are like 20 chapters ahead. We're not there. We're on like Kanata, like whatever, 11 or something. I can't remember what it is exactly. But what's up though? How you doing? Asha waited, but she never was gonna let anyone win if she couldn't. I feel that. Can't listen anymore because it's supposed to my dip. I thank you for coming through, Abdel. Understandable. She won't care about anyone's opinions, and that's raw. Like, it's no.
You'll have to leave me.
No, it's understandable, but still not justified. Okay. At most, they might have seen him as a.
I don't think anybody in this story justified though, to be honest. And I think that's kind of like
That's real life, though.
story is the
That's real life.
ways. Like that. Like this is how the real world works. You're and everything that you think don't people's purpose. It shows you how easy it can be. That shit, it didn't do good. That shit, like all not people are multi-layered. They're not all good.
And motivations,
Job of
ideals,
showing
and
that.
goals, and everything could change depending on what's going on in your life. You know, you could be a certain type of person, but your motivations and ideals change because now you're a father. You have something to protect, a family and legacy to protect. So those things could change you. Like what I've always appreciated about her characters, I've said this before, they've heard me say this before, where she has really solid, great characters. I say anywhere ranging from like a 7.5 to like a 9, and then she'll do something to me where I'm like, you had a character that I would argue is pretty much a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 not meaning flawless. I just think that the role that they're kind of created for thematically is executed to pretty much perfection. Like it works, it's serviceable. And I'm like, you limit broke them. Now it's a 13 out of 10. My favorite example is Brilith, and I told you that you would change your mind on Brilith in the 3rd season, especially because she's raw now. Like I knew what Silent Magic, Ancient, Human, Brilith came through. I had no doubt you would be like, yeah, she that bitch. And I told you the only reason I have her over Asha is because I'm on my Rand gimmick. He's like, yo, Asha's a man. Like, Asha's a man, bro. Like, y'all not fooling me. That's a dude. It's like, no, it's a girl. I'm like, listen, Asha is cold as fuck, but she not bad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But no, like, but Brillis is like personality change. Like to me, made her a 13 out of 10. Like no kizzy.
I think I'm finna go to my car real quick so I can talk to you. It might be better in there because the internet in here keep.
All right, that's fine. I'll talk in the meantime because I got some shit to say. So.
Who's in there?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Do your thing. Not, but like she's so good at that because Asha to me was a really solid character. I'd argue I probably had her hovering anywhere from an 8 to a 9. And I'm like, when Crime and Punishment was happening and we're going through everything with Saha and she's on trial, Hariyama, and I'm like, wait a minute, she's on her Lee's gimmick. She looked the same, bro. Her hair just slightly longer. She put the dye early too, and then you just realize what she was doing, why she was killing all these Kuberas. Because I don't know if I mean, I don't know how many you guys have seen my reviews, but like, I don't know if you remember when I was reading it, I thought initially to some degree, Asha might have been killing the Kuberas, because I thought in some weird way, the less people who have the name of a god, the people who are left, they get more of the power. So if she removes all of them, all of the godly power, divine affinity, whatever you want to call it, would have went to Lee's. I was wrong, and I'm like, yo, Asha's still that bitch.
Okay. See, that's okay. You thought the same thing as me. See, I turned my Wi-Fi on. This is worth the data.
Yeah.
So you thought the same thing as me. I thought that because my only other theory was that she was killing people because she was looking for the one with the right name. Cause I didn't know how the power of the gods work. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, she's killing people looking for the one for the shit that she wants. Like if you're pulling a book out of a shelf and you're looking for the right book, or like you're looking for the right version of the book. Like, let's say there's like 5 different versions of the book. She's like, no, not this one, not this one. So I thought she was just going through the ranks and like kind of hoping that it wasn't Lee's. Like she was just like, you might be the one, but I'm really not trying to kill you like right now. Like, damn, like you related to Rao. Like I'm trying not to get you out of the paint, but I might have to. Might not have a choice. But like I thought she was running around like looking for the right version of the god with the name. Cause cause like I'm like, oh, multiple people named Kubera. Yeah. So she just like eliminating them to like find the right one for the cell. Or like you said, I thought, all right, my other theory was the same as you. I thought I was just like, oh, she's trying to transfer all of them to Lee's. Like she need, cause I really thought she was gonna have to kill all of them. I thought she was gonna have to be like,
if I remember correctly too, Lee's is triple Earth attribute too. So I was thinking about like she's the true inheritor of the name.
Right.
I had so many delusions in my head. I was so wrong, but.
I mean, like, how could you know? We didn't know how deep layered the story was going. Yeah, but I thought, like you said, I thought it was she was getting all of the power in one place. Exactly. They was killing it, and they would all get into Lee's.
What's up? Yeah, no, for real.
Because she thought Lee's would be the easiest to kill at the end. Because it was just like, yeah, she trusts me. I don't gotta kill her right now. Yeah. Like all the other people, they're gonna be hostile. They're gonna be smarter. They know a lot more about the world. It's easier if I kill them before they get too strong or some shit like. So yeah, I thought she was doing that too.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We were both wrong, but you know, it happens.
No, I feel that. I did it while grinding. Okay, you caught up. Good. As long as everyone here is like caught up to like what's on like I guess manga. I think manga Dex, but you're reading it, right? Because I read like Kubari.moe, but
I was on manga.
Because honestly, bro, I don't even know if you've seen some of the translations that Line was doing for Kubera, bro. They're so unserious. They're so unserious.
Bro. There's a thing like, cause like me, I normally don't even care because most of the time when y'all talk about translation, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck going on. I just be reading, I just keep going. but no, there was a thing where in season 3 where Asha was like, I cannot but win or some shit like that. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, who talks like this? Nobody would say this.
And they started to make like very simple grammatical mistakes. And it's like, oh, go to the mall. I'm like, they. All you have to do was read out one, just read it out loud. Piper trying to follow. Oh, Piper, you here? What's up? What happened? I see you in the comment section. By the way, for everybody, for the last 14 days, I have read no comments. I'm sorry. I'm not reading them. When I come back on Monday, whatever video comes out from there, I'm gonna read up from there. I'm not going back. I ain't reading those. I'm gonna let y'all know I've not been reading content. I've not looked at analytics. I've just been chilling, relaxing, decompressing, getting my mind off this. I was burnt the F out, but I'm good. I'm back now. We're gonna come back full force. But okay, let's talk about Tio real quick, because we Tio fans. We Tio fans. Like
I am the Tio fan with y'all now.
Would you?
I didn't know how high she was gonna be. She top 3.
She's moving me.
Yeah.
hold on a second. They call Muna's sister. Yes, there was like they were mixing up genders and all kinds of. And I know that Suros can like switch back and forth and stuff, but they were misgendering all kinds of people. Oh, before I get to Tio, actually, because you read the special chapters, first of all, she's mean as fuck because that last shit with the Yuta and Lee's was not necessary. Effing pain.
Yeah. No, that shit.
But real quick,
Bruh.
wasn't it seeing lots of Lutz in that situation?
Yeah,
like,
that was.
I needed that.
Yeah,
I needed to know that he's just like me, bro.
That.
Like,
Yeah.
he go to work. He get his professional gimmick. I'm pragmatic. We need this. Blah blah blah. When he on break, they go like, bro, I don't want to do nothing. They go sprawled out. He killed him, bro. You just like Rad. What the fuck is going on?
Right. Yeah. No, my thing is too. He just think about his dream girl. He's like, yeah, I would love her with some ears and shit like that. I'm just like, man, he's like, bro, you can't. It's a shock. He's so silly. He said, I want a woman who intelligent. Look like a teacher. I'm just like, you know what? He just like me. I felt that.
Yes. We definitely did Lila merch ran. We did that ran the full Lila merch.
Lila, I would, for me, as far as looking people in the series, Lila might be the best looking person in the series. She top three. She top three for sure.
For sure.
Rilith leveled up though. Yeah. I mean, she was never ugly, but she just took it to new level. It's tough though because I like so many of the girls in here. I'm just like, oh, it's tough.
I agree with that. Go give Kurigam her likes later. Oh, I always do.
Oh yeah, you know what? Now that you said that, I need to go back and do that. I'm gonna have to scroll through all 503 chapters. Just give.
And like I said, I'm a priest and priestess merchant in this. Like, there's none I don't like. There's even the one whose name I always forget. And I'm so sorry, with the brown hair, and he was the one.
Oh, Sierra.
Yes, with the crystals. What happened? Even he grew on me because he went Ashley, he doing this thing. Like, even he started to grow on me because he was the only one I wasn't really messing with. Like, what's up, bro?
He
made me. I'm not gonna lie. He made me laugh with his serious demeanor. When he turned, now that he's changed, he's so different now. But he made me laugh. Where Ashley was like, "What the fuck?" and this nigga was just like, "I was gonna let you die, but I changed my mind, bro." What the fuck? You talking what? What are you talking about, bro?
I'm like, why you have all this knowledge now? This shit was so funny because, like, for him, his change was a little jarring. I won't even lie, but like, I still got a kick out of it, so I thought it was great. But like, he's like my least favorite one, but I still like.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
See, for him though, like I understood. It's kind of like when you see somebody go through something traumatic, like it kind of like Lisa's, but like a little, like hers was more like anger. His was more like, damn. He kind of went like not nihilistic, but like kind of nihilistic. Like it's kind of funny though because like it's kind of funny to me. There's not really like one nihilistic character in here, and I'm just like, you think there would be. Like some people have some level of it. It's like none of this shit matter, but like they not full on nihilist. Like I'm not talking about like Owlman level shit though. But like I'm just like, bro, like. When you see all the shit happening, like in this story, all the guys who just betray you, everybody who just betray you, everybody who just like you in this universe, but like I can't. I need to hold it. I can't wait to talk about this Brahma shit. I can't believe what I just read. I can't, bro. I can't. I ain't never seen no shit like this before.
Nah, I feel that. Sierra okay, he cool, but it's sad. Nah, like he's I don't know. Like he's just the one that I did. I'm like, I would like the priests were shooting like perfect from the field until him. Like, it's okay. But then later I'm like,
he look warm.
Yeah,
he look warm. Yeah, but he cool. He's fine.
Brahma
he's not one of my favorite.
Brahma, man, that bubblegum blowing goofy ass chick, man. I can't. I don't know what to do with her, bro. I don't know what to do.
No. Don't get me wrong. I love.
She's a great
Brahma.
character though.
I love Brahma, but I like Brahma for more of her role in the story than I mean. Like I actually like Asha is both. Yeah. I love her role in the story, but I actually legitimately just love Asha, even though she's a terrible person. Brahma might be the worst person in the series, like other than God at Harbor, who I absolutely despise. But like, let's
go.
But like, Brahma is a terrible.
Who's your favorite god?
Terrible. Ooh.
Who's your favorite god, by the way? It's Chandra, right?
No, it's Agni. Honestly,
okay.
It's tough though. Agni became my favorite god because of the. Like I've always liked him, and he's always just likable anyway.
Brillis change also affects him a lot too. In a different,
Yeah.
in a like they're interconnected. So I
Yeah.
feel that. Agni, I would say, is the one I relate to the most. Like Agni's probably the character I'm the most like. If I'm keeping it
I
in a
feel
lot
that.
of ways. Like Agni,
He just about his.
a
He
little
just
bit
about
of
his,
Lee's,
man.
you know, like yeah, like I'm kind of like a mixture of those two, but Chandra is the one that grew on me as the series was going on, and
But how it ended with him is made him really like because I was done with him for a
and
second.
I'm like,
after
bro,
this shit.
I would not like this nigga in real life, but I like this.
No,
nigga.
yeah,
I like
no.
it.
Me and him would absolutely despise each other in real life because he just no empathy, no nothing.
Yeah.
But but that's that we were talking about you and me discussing that yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. We're talking about just how enlightenment kind of in a way means like you realize that like everything's for the greater purpose. None of this shit matters. So like your empathy and all that don't really happen when you're
You start to
like
care less about extremely personal and petty squabbles if it doesn't connect to the greater good of the grander scheme of things in the grand design. So yeah, especially once you learn silent magic or you become enlightened, like those are the two things that generally force you into that role to some degree, which is why Agni's like, I don't know about being fifth Zen. You know what I'm saying? So Indra just shut up the ranks due to the recent chapters. Yo, why he snapped like that, bro? He just snapped. He's like, what happened to her? I'm like, bro, whoa, nigga, I'm the king of the gods. Yeah. He's like, would I do that? You know the face where all the white girls holding the red cup looking back at the screen? She really did that with the gods. They're like, bro, yes, you would do that. You evil ass nigga. Like we don't. I said, bro, why'd they all look at him like that? Indra funny though. I like Indra. I like it. You good,
bro?
Cool.
Indra made me kill me laugh. First of all, it's Don Ross' fault, but he made me laugh. Where I think it was him. I'm pretty sure it was him. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But wasn't he the guy that the girl kept coming to the thing? She kept failing the test, and he just like, I don't want to see you anymore. Let's get married. I'm like, bro, this nigga hilarious. Nigga was like, I don't want. You know what? Just so I don't gotta see you here anymore. Let's get married because you gotta stay home. You can't do this. You can't do this anymore. Yeah, I don't know. That just made me laugh some more. I'm just like, damn, he's still in tech for me. Like he can't stand this way. He can't stand this woman. But he was like, she fine as fuck. So like, let's get married. Like, yeah, I like some of you. Yeah. Like, nah, he killing me with that. Like, no, like Chandra, I really changed my mind with those last couple of scenes because what he did to fucking Lila's teacher. Oh my god, damn, nigga, you don't talk like I know you like mean as fuck, but like. Nah, you ain't never did nothing like this. He really got Lila's master out the paint, not on purpose, obviously, but it wasn't that he accidentally killed her. That was the problem. Is that he looked at her and he was like, old ass, broke ass. Oh, bro, what?
He's like, why didn't you summon me, Goofy? I'm like, yo, yeah,
bro. I'm like, why you just? I'm just like, why you barring up a dead person? like Brahma did the same thing. But I'm just like, bro, he just really looking at her like old ass, broke ass, dusty ass. I'm like, bro, her student right there. You don't give no fuck, bro. Like you nasty, bro. There's some nasty level shit you doing right here. Like I see Asha, I see Vishnu, I see Callie. You different, bro. Cause I seen all them niggas and even they weren't talking like that. You nasty.
Yeah, the humans full. All the mention of Yama and Vayu. Vayu, the jury's still out on for me.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
I do like cool. Yamato. I like Yamato. Yama just like, bro, I got souls. I got shit to do, bro. Like,
bro, Yama remind me of you the most. Cause he just going to work. He like, who give a fuck if I miss a couple of souls? Like.
There's a lot of me in that nigga for sure, especially from a work standpoint, where it's like, nah, I do what I can. So what more do you want from me, man? I'm here to.
Yeah, bro. He really like, bro, leave me alone. Like, if you're not gonna help me, leave. He just like everything about him. Just everything.
He got hella die energy. That's true.
True. He told Agni, he's like, if Agni too dumb to figure it out, I ain't gonna tell him. Like, he's gonna he just gonna have to figure it out on his own. I'm like, yeah, this Nia and Simi right here, like this nigga right here, nigga, yeah, man, hilarious. Bro.
I was gonna say definitely a little bit of Simi. Make a god tier list. That's a great idea, actually. I'll do that for us.
Yeah, damn, we both gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
Damn.
We can do that.
And that's gonna be tough, cause I still gotta see more of them.
We can do that. Could we do like maybe I'm thinking of other categories that are small enough that I can make one and not.
All the girls. You want to just do
Or
that?
or
That
the
including
priest,
Sora.
and
Oh, you're
priestesses.
just priest.
Yeah,
Just priest.
we
Yeah.
can do that. We can put the clans and everything. We're
Sora. Yeah, we can do it individual. There's a lot.
We can get. Oh my god, like. All I need to, I like once we get one more person, it'll be perfect. But like I know Satsuki and Townsy are reading. They're both in second season. I'm pretty sure Milios is on the third season.
I cleaned everybody. Everybody was ahead of me.
Yeah, you did. You dusted them all, bro. But Vishnu cuddle with Callie right now. They're watching movies.
Bro, these two burgers, man. This man Vishnu, man. Listen, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Kubera's the guy I can't read the most. He's the one I just don't know what his intentions really are. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't either. But Kubera, I kind of have a read on him, but yeah, I still don't know what the ultimate goal is, and that's the problem. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make. But he's the type of person. It's just that Kubera is kind of like Asha, but like less maniacal with it, because he just won't say anything. He'll lead you where he want to lead you, but he just won't talk to you. Like Asha gonna lead you by like talking, by psychological shit. Mm-hmm. He ain't gonna do all that. He's gonna force you to make a decision, but it's a decision he wants you to make. Like he'll like with Maruna, like what he just did with Maruna, he was like, damn, you really gonna make a commotion here? He's like, hey, you gonna have to make a decision. Like he's not gonna talk to you all, but he's like, gonna force you to make a decision.
Being calculative again.
Yeah.
In there calculating. When he grabbed Yuta's hand, he could see him. It's like, don't do it. I'm like. That's my fucking chicken. And we're gonna talk about Raul Tower because the Raul Tower design is cool real quick. But before I lose the plot, because you're supposed to talk about this, and I think we went like 100 things. Let me just see what the
Yeah, I know. So they'll say so. You gotta leave me because it's so hard. I can talk about everything.
I know. It's we could go all over the place with this. I'm interested in Vayu's reaction to having to destroy the ancient humans when he saved Maruna from one of the gods. He seemed really upset. He did, and he apparently really liked that girl. Kubera doesn't have sharp tongue for what happened with ancient humans. Is fuck Brahma all day. I hate that clown. I feel that, and I wanted to ask you just real quick too. When it comes to like, I'm gonna talk about the different like categories of species of people. But do you have a favorite like race or type of people? Suras, humans, ancient humans, gods, fifth zen, primordial, whatever. Because the ancient humans are actually my favorite. I love them.
That makes sense because they really are the best people. It's not even close.
I fuck with the whole. What's the ritual called? Is it the where they have to like get their past lives? I can't remember what it's called.
The coming of age.
Coming of age thing.
Yeah.
All that stuff was really cool. Like I found it really fascinating. I always really liked these stories where like ancient humanity or some point in humanity, humans actually created technology that is a lot greater and more sophisticated than what we have like nowadays. It somewhat reminds me, even just very recently, because. Just stay with me real quick. I'm going to tangent a little bit. Like the Young Justice ongoing season, I don't think is very good. But what I've always liked with what this season is doing is I think they're putting a lot of respect on Vandal Savage, because Vandal Savage is an immortal who's been here since the caveman era, right? And he's been trying to lead humanity and build it up a certain way. And Atlantis, at one point before it sunk, was absolutely the most highly sophisticated, most technological era in human history. Even more technologically advanced than what's happening in the current time in Young Justice and stuff. So ancient humans, to me, I'm like, because of like the multiple lives and they can carry things over, I think they're able to actually progress as a civilization a lot quicker than how these current humans can. So then Brahma's just like, this shit whack. Control, Alt, Delete, empty bin. I'm like, bitch, why? They wrong.
No, see, and that's why I gotta talk. See, we already here, so I might as well talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
This shit with Brahma, for me, might be the most complicated of my feelings in the entire story. Mm-hmm. Because you really can't put yourself in this situation. I have to think of an analogy as I'm talking. But first of all, why the fuck they all leave her by herself? That's number one. But number two, Brahma is the most complicated of the primordial gods to me so far. Because Kali and Vishnu specifically don't seem to have any emotion. And that makes them good and bad at the same time, as far as just like what they want to do, what they need to do. Because like even Vishnu, even though he quote unquote supposed to be good, we don't know for sure. Mm-hmm. He ain't looking like it. Even though he quote unquote supposed to be on our side, he don't care. He don't care. Even the people that are supposed to be the ones he chose and stuff like that, he don't really care what happened to them. He just like, well, you know, it's in the future. Like, he apathetic to the point. Like, just like if you were, let's say you were running a civilization of robots, right? This kind of reminds me of the sci-fi shit. Mm-hmm. Let's say me and I created all these robots. We know robots aren't people. But let's say for some reason robots developed a soul. But they still robots at the end of the day. We know we can get rid of all of them and build them back up or make new ones or get rid of them just at any point. But if you were outside watching it and you were somebody to believe that like now these beings are alive, now they should be taken care of, they should have the right to choose just like that. Like, as a regular bystander, as a regular person, you're just like, if you destroy all those people, you're a monster. You're a demon. What is wrong with you? Yeah. But if you're their creator and now you see them as defective, and you're just like, I can make a new one, a better one, or one that's more to my liking. I don't like this one. It's different for you. Mm-hmm. She's looking at this, and she was like, y'all don't got no hate in y'all heart. What are y'all doing? The way that I don't like how y'all won the last universe. It disgusts me. Y'all repulse me with the way y'all do it. All this kumbaya, all this singing and dancing. These sewers walk up in y'all place just kicking shit over, and y'all just cool with that? Wait. And they're just like, but that is for me. That is so weird because it's weird for your creator to think like that. It's different if I thought like that. Okay. Because if I was part of the civilization and I'm just like, bro, we getting our heads kicked in, y'all smiling and laughing and dancing. If these niggas come back and kick our heads in again, it's gonna be a problem. Why are y'all so like okay with this? But that's different from somebody on equal standing or even of a different race to think like that. But for your creator to basically look at you and she made you and she just like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, what is that? You made us. Like, you made us like this. And she just now completely 180 on them, and she's disgusted with them. And ain't nothing really wrong with them. They didn't do anything wrong.
I guess it's ultimately what is it that she wanted from them or for them? You know, what was the goal for them? Because I guess the best way for me to look at it, like, I think in a lot of ways, I'm gonna speak on this in depth in a video when I kind of crystallize how I want to frame it, and I'll get you in there for it too. But it's like, I think she actually highlights the way that different races and types of people think very well, even amongst the gods themselves, from like Primeval to the Fifth Zen, nature, and then humans, ancient humans, and Suras who have lived like since the beginning of the universe and stuff. Like, the way that they look at stuff, and especially with lifespan, I think the way you perceive things are so super different. If I had like intent with the robot and like I need robot to do A and it couldn't do A, yeah, I'm like, bro, we start over, delete.
Right. But the reason I question it is because one, Callie said nothing was made out of necessity. Yeah, that's obviously not true. Because Brahma made them for a reason and they ain't do it. So she's pissed off. And also, another thing is, normally when you see a character in a god standpoint that does something like this, you know, they're very childlike in nature. And her appearance is of a child. Mm-hmm. And her appearance is of a child. But she didn't do this out of... Well, maybe you can argue that she could, but she didn't do this out of childlike
It wasn't malicious. It wasn't maliciousness. It was it almost like she legitimately looked at a product and said it does not function. Right. Therefore, I'm removing it from the shelf entirely.
Right, and it wasn't anger. It wasn't like straight malicious, even though you couldn't tell with the way she was acting and the way her look in her eye. But it was just. But it was true. But she had true disappointment. And I thought that was like one of the most interesting things I've ever seen, because it was just like she really looked at this and she was like, none of you could even understand how I feel to even be doing this. She was like, I mean, this is from, I think this is from the website, so it's probably not even the correct translation. Who knows? but I can't remember which one I got this from because like I started editing them. But she was like, they gave up their own privilege as victors and chose to inhabit a universe full of losers. And now I have to destroy my most valued creation with my own hands. Mm-hmm. You people could never understand how I feel right now.
I don't.
Like that is insane dialogue. Mm-hmm. She really looked at this and she was like, this was my most prized creation. Mm-hmm. Damn, they defective now. I gotta get rid of them. That's insane. Like, and it just like that's what made her. That was just such an. I put her in my top 10 because that is just such an impactful moment. See, that's my impactful moment of season 3 so far.
Okay.
I mean, I got more, but that is the most one that made me go, huh? What is she doing? Like, I couldn't believe it. It didn't make no sense. And it still don't make 100% sense to me. Right. That's why I'm talking it out. That's why I'm talking it out with you. But yeah, Rama, interesting. Mm-hmm. Terrible person, though. Absolutely might be the worst.
Yes. Now, let me answer this question by school. I'm going to scroll up for a little bit. There we go. Because this was a great question. I think this is interesting. So, in the universe where Lee's life went right, wasn't Asha shown that Rao could have adopted her? Her and Lee's could have grown up as sisters, but in that universe, Asha would have never reached her true potential and would have been in the shadow of Lee's. How much and in what way do you think this vision impacted the way Asha handle Lee's in the series? What do you think?
Well, I think it already changed before the moment that Rao seemed to mention that he had a daughter, and then it kind of was already kind of like she already felt like second place. Mm-hmm. Because as a children, if you think of the most like extreme children examples of this, mm-hmm. children are inherently selfish. Mm-hmm. And when children have like this is like a psychological thing too. I think this is something to do with Freud. I don't remember what it's called, but if you hear what I'm talking about, you probably already know what this is. But like there's this concept with children that they, especially with the opposite gender, mm-hmm. It's the same thing. Oh, okay. It's the same concept of the gender where it's just like Freud makes the argument that kids are in love with their parents, like some level of like romantic, and it's kind of like what Asha, like this theory somewhat applies. Like she looked at Rao. Rao is the closest thing to an actual parental figure, because even her mom, she didn't even really look at it as like a parental figure like that. Mm-hmm. So it's just like Rao's the closest thing to like a parental figure, and she wanted all of that. She didn't want to play second fiddle, and also she realized that at the end of the day, she could never match up to Lee's because Lee's is his actual child. She will never be able to replicate or become that. She will always be second, no matter what she does.
It's kind of like, I don't know if you heard and you see this, and like, you know, it is what it is, but like with a lot of blended families, right? If, you know, let's say there's a guy marries a girl and she already has like a kid, right? And then
they have their own.
It's not that he hates the kid or dislikes her or anything, but when he has his own with you, his own biological child, things could get testy because you're gonna probably, the likelihood of you having a much stronger bonding connection to your biological child is extremely high, right? So those things kind of happen. So I was like, that situation kind of reminded me of that, where like Lee, like Asha would have been like the kind of like ugly stepchild, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, I want it all, and I want my potential to be fully realized. I don't want to play second fiddle. Bonjour, mon coeur.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I can see that. But you said something that I think is very interesting that I never thought about, that I think you have a good point on too, which still relates to this question, right? About like the relationship of like her knowing that like, yeah, they could have lived happily together after, but she would have kind of been second fiddle would be crazy. But you said that you think Lorraine is the person that she was the closest to from a kind of bringing you up like figure, like almost like, what do you think? Like, because you think that the connection to Lorraine is more important than Rao, right?
Yeah, like maybe you can argue that Rao's more impactful because it obviously is.
Yes, because of who he's connected to.
Yeah. But Lorraine is the closest person to Asha. Lorraine raised like not like raised like from a baby, but Lorraine was willing, legitimately. Lorraine was willing to do just about anything for Asha. I think if Asha told Lorraine to kill somebody within reason, I think Lorraine would have did it. Lorraine loved Asha as close as a mom could love. She was proud of her. She was just like, she's so talented. She's so amazing. She could affect the world in great ways. And that's why she did what she did. She would see, because everybody's like, oh, you know, everybody's looking at it like from a standpoint. And I understand. Everybody's just like, oh, you know, Lorraine got Saha killed. And now look at her. Now she look like a dummy because now she just like, I love Saha and stuff like that.
Yeah, she's fucking goofy for that shit. Fuck
Yeah,
that bitch.
like I get that, but for her, she never thought she was gonna have to. And see, a lot of people, or see a lot of other characters we see, they kind of get to make the choice. Like Maruna, Lee's, and even Asha herself. A lot of them get to make the choice. Lorraine made a choice that she paid for, but she didn't get to make the choice. She didn't get to sit there and be like, "Am I choosing Asha over Saha?" She's thinking, you know, me and Saha disagree, but you know, me and him will always kind of be on a level. But but Asha's like my daughter. Like, I got to do this even if it goes against his will. But she never thought that choice was gonna get the man that she loved killed. She had to choose between the daughter she loved and the man she loved. And most people, at the end of the day, funny enough, I'd argue, or maybe not most, but I argue a lot of people end up choosing the man over their child in a lot of ways. For a lot of people, romantic love ends up becoming more important than the biology. Yeah, we've seen it so many times. But she didn't know that was going to come back to bite her like that, and that's why it looked like she just 180. It wasn't 180, but she never thought that was the result. And also just the guilt of it all being her fault made her change because of that, because she knows it's all her fault. Mm-hmm. She knows she couldn't look past, she couldn't look at the objective truth that her child was a monster. Exactly. And most parents can't do that. You see it all the time. You see with, like, when you see on these shows, or you see the things where it's just like these parents defend their children even though they know they're an objective monster. You see them, they do this. I don't want to say it because I don't know how it affects Twitch, and just I don't want to say it out loud. But you understand.
Michael.
Or just like situation where even they in court, they just like, please, I ask for forgiveness. Like your child destroyed like 20 people's lives, bro. Like there's no forgiveness here. Like they will not be forgiven. Like I understand that, like, that's your child, so I know that's different, and that's what it is with Lorraine. So I understood it. I understood what she was going through, but I'm not justifying her choice. I'm not saying what she did was right, but I understood where she was coming from.
Yeah. That makes
so
and for me to piggyback, I'm gonna read the comments and piggyback off that for a second until Asha used Lorraine since day one. Absolutely, I would say that. Like, this is a one-sided thing. Like, I don't think Asha felt that way towards Lorraine.
No. She did.
But the impact that Lorraine still had on her, and teaching that she's still imparted on Asha still matter. So I feel that until he hit Asha with a truck, best moment that she did, yeah. But the worst thing she did was not die in the explosion. She should have died. But she would kill for her. She would ruthless. What's up? Oh, what's up? High and low. What's going on, man? Welcome. We here, man. We here. Have I caught on Godhover yet? No, I will. But Scob, to kind of fully answer your question for me, I think it depends on what it is you value, and I would argue that Asha is the type of person who would value being excellent over being quote-unquote happy. Jordan Peterson said stuff like, sometimes you gotta choose your own suffering. So some people are like, yo, if I gotta be alone or maybe not happy romantically or something, but I am successful, that is the struggle that I choose to pick. I'm gonna choose that. Even though I could be happy, but live a life of average life, a life of mediocrity. Like, it depends on what you value, and I would argue Asha's the type that rather be fucking great. Even if it meant that, oh, no man will ever like fully love you, blah blah. She's like, yeah, but I'm the strongest magician out here. I'm fucking nice.
Well, you could argue that's what she gave up when she made the deal. Exactly. When she made the deal, that's the part that she gave up. Like, we don't know for sure, but you can argue the thing that she gave up is true happiness, love, and affection. That's what she gave up to achieve greatness. Mm-hmm. She got something taken from her. And that's the whole thing, because she's jealous with Leeds. And my thing is, by the time she met Rao, the deal was already made.
Yeah, it was already emotional.
See, my thing is, I think if somebody like Lorraine or Rao got to Asha before the deal was made, things would have been different. But they got to her after the deal was already made. Cause like with the Lorraine thing, she got Asha when Asha was already a teenager.
Yeah.
So like that's still young, but like her thoughts and her mind was already formed. Her darkness was already there. Lorraine wasn't gonna change that, even no matter how much Lorraine loved her, no matter how much Lorraine did for her. Lorraine wasn't going to get her to change. Mm-hmm. She was already formed. All Lorraine could do was support her and hope it was for the best. 100%. But that would have been different if she would have adopted Asha, let's say at like 6, 7. Like if Lorraine was on Willith, that's the name of the planet, right? They were on, Cardi.
Cardi. Oh, and yeah, Count. Yeah, Count. Yeah.
Count. Oh, that's how you pronounce it? I thought it
that's like if like French. I just say in French. I don't know if that's really how they want me to
say
it.
Yeah. See, I really don't know because I ain't heard nobody pronounce it. So
Callie Bloom, Terra, Ariel.
Yeah, some of them are easy. Yeah, Misty Shore. Some of them are easy, but that one.
I need an anime or something, bro. To see him pronounce it in Korean.
Right. So I thought it was Cart. So basically, but I'm just like, because the thing is, because that special chapter really hurt me because that special chapter for Asha hurt me because it kind of confirmed what I thought. Mm-hmm. For me, it's kind of like the Batman thing. All it takes is one bad day to change your whole life forever, and it was just kind of like that one person, like they weren't even like Asha probably didn't even think that greatly of them, but it's just like that person could have changed her future, or at least made her accept, like, who knows? With Asha, she might have took a dark turn anyway. Maybe not as dark, but she could have kind of been like, she could have been maybe closer to like Ruchi and Richie, because they're not good people, but it's just like they're not like evil either. Yeah. They're not good, but it's like they'll sell people for profit or shit like that. But but what the thing is with the person in the special chapter, it's just like, you know, that whole village basically gave up on Asha. How you gonna blame a child for their parent dying? They're like, oh, you weren't a good child. You didn't show up enough. If you would have been here, that shit would have happened to your mom. Like, that don't even make sense.
Sense. I would have somehow been strong enough to like, bro, what are we talking about?
You know, like, what are you talking? But it's like she was like, Asha was already a weird child, and then you took that and then you gave her no support system, none. Of course, she was gonna turn out wicked. She was already, she was already a child that was already kind of void of affection and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Not that her mom didn't try, but it's just like she was already a child that didn't realize what that meant. She didn't realize how strongly she needed that. Like, and that's a child, like, unfortunately, that's a child that, like, it takes a lot of work. But that's a child you have to continue to be there for until they realize what they have. And sometimes they don't realize what they have until they lose it. Mm-hmm. But then she had nothing to replace that.
Asha's was tweaking bad. Like, relax. But yeah, sorry, keep going. Piper, I like Asha's character as a character, but hate her as a person. Just couldn't take her treatment of Lise, especially when Lise finally confronted her and she tried to turn everything on Lise. I actually think that's the intent. I think that's purpose. By design, I do believe that is what's supposed to be. Like, you're supposed to kind of be like, yo, what a great character from a narrative standpoint, from a thematic standpoint, but what a bitch.
Yeah.
My morality is warped as fuck. So I'm like, she that bitch though.
Not too.
I'm not a good person. So my ethical compass and moral code is not right. So like, I'm like, yo, she raw, let's go. But because I thought she was actually working with Lise, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. She's still gold though. Like, I didn't change my opinion on the character. So, but I think it's by design though. I think I'm just backwards.
No, see, I'm like that too. My thing is, and I thought, and honestly, she wasn't like, she was mean to Lise, but some people are just like that. Yeah. Like at first, because like at the beginning of it, it wasn't anything too bad. And like I said, there were moments where she felt like the moment, like my very first moment where I felt kind of some type of real emotion when Lise said, Asha, please just don't hate me. Mm-hmm. And she just kind of hesitated. She genuinely kind of felt bad. It's just that I don't know people obviously to the extent Asha, because this is just some extreme shit. Mm-hmm. But you know people in life that are kind of dickheads. They don't apologize. They do shit like that. But you know them your whole life and shit like that. So you might just be used to them. You might be like, that's just how they are. Like, everybody can't deal with that. Yeah, I know that they are a dickhead. Cause like that's kind of how it was with her and Amira. Before she just gave up on her, she's like, yeah, Ash is kind of different. Like, she's not really like a nice person and like this, that, but like, you know, I know her my whole life. That's still my friend, my sister. Yeah. But then Ashley was like, nah, fuck you. and that changed everything. Cause Ashley was like, I don't fuck with you. You still got your dad. Fuck you. You fucking like, and then that's what changed the relationship. That's what changed the relationship.
Yeah.
And also just Ashley growing up, she was just too smart for her own good. It was because she had.
People don't understand how that can feel. Honestly, I'm not like a genius, but I could tell you how I could relate to that. But go ahead, finish your thought.
Oh no, you're correct. No, because the thing is, she had something. Honestly, in this universe and in the universe of Kubera, she had something honestly that she didn't need. Mm-hmm. Like as far as being smart in the world of Kubera, that don't matter. To be honest, like you could be smart to a degree or be like promatic and shit like that, but like the level of genius that she was, what does that matter in Kubera if you don't have the power?
Yeah, because what if Ron Harvard's like, I'm fucking bored, and just come to your planet? What? All the intelligence in the world's not gonna stop that man from wrapping himself around the planet 8 times and going kaboom and moving on with his day like nothing happened. Like you're a significant rock in this universe. You're just going on about his day normally. Like that won't help you. You see what I'm saying? There comes a point sometimes where no matter how smart you are, it cannot hold up against insurmountable odds. So
right, and Rand was kind of like that too. Rand was also something that kind of like something like an antithesis to Ashley too. Rand is not smart. Like he's not dumb, but he's not smart in like the typical way. He's good with emotions. He's good with like relationships, shit like that.
He's got emotional intelligence, I would say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he got some of that.
He's got some. I mean, I'm not going
to some. As far as friendship, Joe, he don't got enough for romance.
Yeah,
but friendship,
he was fucking up Arana bad. He didn't know what.
No, yeah, I was like, he was killing me with that. I was like, oh, brother, you're like, come on, bro, you can't be this dumb. But no, but like, yeah, but he's kind of like that too because like he's like the opposite of Asher. He not good at school. He failed that bitch like 6 times. But guess what though? He talented enough to be ranked 3.
Yeah, that's true. Like
and Asher was the opposite.
She like her attributes were all fucked up. Her divine affinity was all effed up, but she knew what she was doing. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. But none of that would have mattered. People would have looked down on her. And shit
I never thought about it that way, but you're right. She almost didn't have any option.
Yeah, because when you looking at her, because like she's like she. Do you know how humiliating it was for her to decide I can't even be a magician, so I'm gonna just have to settle to be a scholar. That was humiliating for her. This is somebody who was better than everybody all throughout school. She didn't spend her time like regular children. She didn't fuck around and play and do any of that shit. She went, put her head down, and she was the best at everything she did. But because of something as unfair as genetics, as shit like that, she was always going to be lower than everybody. They weren't going to respect her. They weren't going to care that she was a scholar. Who cares about a scholar in the world of Kubera? Nobody gives a fuck about that position. You might as well have been a janitor.
Like, can you keep the barrier open, barrier up if there's attack? Like, that's like, you know, at the end of the day, like, that's going to matter so much more.
Right, and that is why she didn't, you know, it didn't matter for her at the end of the day. That's why she chose the path she did. Part of the reason.
Yeah. It's also how Asha and Lee's deal different with their suffering. Asha, abusive, and Lee's carries all, which is not sad too. Ritual's foul. Unlike Dio, Asha wasn't completely irredeemable. I don't think either of them are really redeemable. We are evil. I mean, listen, Kubera readers see a genocidal, murderous maniac, call them a bad person, and rank them in their top 5. Hey, man. The game is the game.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
I mean, we see how my moral code ain't shit either. I feel that.
But my thing is, how many objective good people can you say in the world? Because I would argue even a lot of the humans in Kubera are not good. Mm-hmm. The only good people is kind of your favorite race is the ancient humans. Yeah. Like, because even like Lee's like I'd say she's probably objectively a good person. Reyna, they're probably objectively good people. But even like the regular people like Ricci, the fighters and shit like that, a lot of them niggas don't even like halves and shit like that. They'll just watch your whole half family get slaughtered. That's why they not moving me. Like I'm supposed to feel bad for them? Like they're racist.
It's one of those things where you can point at everybody and be like, nobody here, you know, everyone's shit stinks, so to speak. So
yeah,
I thought he was a jerk. I can understand that, though. I do think I hate Asha's treatment of Lee, especially as Lee's not standing up for herself. Reminded me of myself. I didn't have enough confidence to stand up for myself when I was young. While Asha reminded me of bullies when I was young too. Maybe
See, and
if it's
that's
my
why.
perspective.
No,
But
no,
a
no.
part of
That's why everybody
her,
hates it. That makes sense.
a couple of trials to me. I actually like you have a very like personal like reason for it, which I could understand totally. Where it's like I would argue that I'm in a lot of ways like I actually can relate to Lee's in a lot of ways, but I've been in an Asher type role. Like I was more of a bully than I ever was someone who got bullied. So I could relate on the opposite end.
I
so to
think
speak.
that's why. I think
Hmm.
that's why everybody hate and the reason everybody hates Asha makes sense. Yes,
Yes.
she's bullying the main character. You see this young girl that went
Near
through
walls.
all this trouble,
Mhm.
lost her family, lost her home, lost everything that was important to her. And you got this person just being a dick to her, not comforting, never comforts her.
Yo,
Because,
Manaka's a bozo. Sorry. I'm with that.
You
I'm
good.
with that. I don't like her either. Keep going.
Wait, who do you say?
Manaka, because I'm reading the comment.
See. I thought that was gonna be a hot take. No. You know what? Let's speak on. No, you know what? Let's move. Like we know we speak a lot of leads and shit like that. Let's speak on that.
Let me say this last.
Okay,
This
go
last
ahead.
thing
Go ahead.
before I
Yeah,
forget,
go
'cause
ahead.
I wrote it down, right?
I got words.
Okay, because the thing I was gonna say about like the genius thing, right? Too, or like being like highly smart, talented in certain areas where like no one's properly cultivating it is it alienates you. I didn't even realize I went through this. I don't know if I've ever spoken about this ever, until I read Three Ring Circus, I think, by is his name Jeff Pearlman? Jeff Pearlman, I think his name was. I thought I got his name wrong. It was the Kobe book about him in the Shaq era and everything with like with what's the coach Odell Harris to the Three Rings and obviously when Phil left and blah blah and Shaq left, right? And the way that they treated Kobe as a 17-year-old in the league because he's not old enough to drink and they think you think he's this young prodigy and blah blah blah, and the way that people could look at you sometimes when you're gifted or talented or kind of ignore you. I could understand that from an athletic standpoint because I played on teams where people were up to 5 years older than me, but I could still compete with them, not just technically but physically. And I saw how it rubbed them the wrong way. Like, how was this 12-year-old keeping up with me? You feel what I'm saying? And it kind of isolates you and alienates you. And what you start to do is you just depend on yourself. And other people's looks and whatever, that starts to like not phase you. So I could actually understand that from that perspective. But yeah, we could talk about Gandhavra and everything like that, and Manaka, Shukantala, whatever, because I think they all clowns.
Listen, bro. Shouts out to my contrarian friend Rev, because I don't get it. I legitimately like I can understand why you like this character because nobody in this story, like I said, is good. Mm-hmm. But if we just looking at an objective, right or wrong, there's no way you could be mad at me for liking Asha or some shit like that, and then put God Harvey in your top 3 or top 5.
Very unserious.
Be real with yourself.
Very
if that's what
unserious.
you're doing. If you're doing that, be real with yourself. This man, like Asha's killed people, he's killed millions.
Billions, my nigga.
Billions.
For no reason. You're understanding. Like, Godhammer will wake up and be like, I don't know what to do today. I'm gonna go fucking blow up planets and kill niggas. Like, he just wake up and do that shit. Like,
Right. And when Callie said, I devoted you of love because love is the
and he destroys your soul and everything too, right?
Right. Yeah. Because when Callie said love is the one instinct you can't trust. Mm-hmm. Just objectively think about Manaka. She's not a bad person as far as personality, but she is a horrible person as far as what she let somebody in her family, in her life, get away with, all from the standpoint of just like, he'll be redeemed one day.
I agree, 100%. You see, we're on the exact same page here. That's crazy. Same page, same book, same chapter, same line. Because it's like he's gonna kill like multi-trillions worth of people, but one day it'll be what, nigga? What? No.
Yeah,
What the
what are you? Yeah,
That
what
is
the
not
hell are you
moving me,
talking
bro.
about?
That is
Yeah,
not moving me.
yeah, what
He
the
is
hell are you talking
irredeemable.
about?
Kill him.
Right, and just cause he had a family and shit like that, I'm supposed to care. He
Yeah.
lucky I didn't smoke his family in front of him. Cause I'm like, if you're gonna kill me anyway, I might as well go out and take everything you love with me. That is a better revenge.
I will give credit where credit is due. The only thing that Gonhaver ever did that made me go, okay, clap, clap, bravo. Like even you know how much I hate McKay. Even McKay had a moment with the Bob Ross
Yeah.
thing with Lexi.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when I think this is when thing was under Hatayama. And they're under the like, tree, and she walks by, and she's like, "Oh, like I can see your face, like, oh, like you don't think I'm pretty, or blah blah." Like, basically, long story short, he said a pretty face is a dime a dozen. That shit don't move me.
Yep.
It really matters about like other stuff, and personality, character, mentality. I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. That's it. That's the only thing he's ever done where I'm like, yeah, I slightly agree, and like not bad, and that's it. Every time Gon Harbor comes to the street, I'm mad. I'm like, bro, this guy is a clown, and like it bothers me so much that the like best possible future outcome universe that we have like left, he needs to be alive for it to work, and I'm like, bro.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Even in the timelines where shit is gonna like end, we're like in the wrong time or not in the main universe, whatever the case is. He's still having a temper tantrum of what he need. I'm like, bro, this guy stinks, man. Oh my God.
Awful.
Great.
Awful.
Again, I always like to say this. I think he's a great character from a writing standpoint. I kind of think by design you're not supposed to like him. I cannot stand him. And like for me, it happened early. Like from the first season, and it's got worse as time went on.
Yep.
Tio.
Fact.
I never forgave him after the Tio thing. I never forgave him. Never will.
I was already done him before that. That just cemented it. I was like, I'm never gonna like him. Now I'm never gonna like him.
There was a part of me that maybe was holding out, but once that happened, I said, nope, you're done. Shut it down. He's dead to me.
Because my thing was
Torture Altara, yeah.
Because my thing was, I'm like, he run around pretend to be human and all this stuff like that. I'm like, bro, and like people were like, because everybody in the story is like mad at Maruna. Like Maruna's the one, but I'm just like, he the one telling Maruna to do everything. Maruna, I actually didn't hate Maruna from the get go because I'm looking at Maruna and from the standpoint Maruna had, and funny, Callie talks on this later. But Maruna is not killing people because he wants to. Maruna is not just going out there and just firing on humans unnecessary. He don't like humans. He didn't care about them. But he ain't just doing it for fun or for his health or anything like that. He's doing it because he's being
if you look at it with a proper if you look at properly, it's one like the example I always use like KD going to the Warriors and LeBron going to the Heat, like very similar on the surface, but if you really like break it down, you'll see how different it is. Yes, Maruna has killed tons of people. I'm not saying he should be redeemed for that. Anything of the sort. I'm keeping the same energy. But the reason is not the same. It's not out of boredom. It's not out of maliciousness. We spoke about this. Gonhaver is a leader of a clan, right? He has power, sway, military might, all kinds of things at his disposal. Maruna is a foot soldier who's trying to do stuff for the betterment of his kind of suffering clan, so to speak. So when it's like, hey, Sunshine of Crimson, Sunshine of Dawn, go blow up that village. He's just doing it as like a literally like, yo, your mission is to infiltrate here, assassinate A, B, and C, and get out of there. Nigga's just a soldier. He's just doing what he's told. Cause that's his role right now. But
we're justifying it.
I'm not justifying it. But my point is, to me, it's not the same thing as me being like, I look at that building like, yo, I'm bored. I'm going to just key blast this building to the right and just destroy everyone in there for no reason. That's not the same thing to me. Same outcome, sure, but the thought process and reasoning behind it, and I think about Maruna's like actual like how he's in the pecking order and hierarchy. He's not a top dog like that. He can't just say and do what he wants. He has to listen. You feel what I'm saying?
That becomes more obvious as you read through the story. Yeah, he's not. Because you first looking at Maruna, you think Maruna's like, damn, this is one of the most dangerous people in this whole verse.
This nigga cold, like Jesus Christ. Cold.
Yeah, and he's still cold, but he's really not. Yeah, he's really not like the only person who really mattered. Like he's not that high. Like he's higher than our normal characters, but yeah, he ain't that high. So
I like the way he said. I like we say. Is a second possible future really that bad? Can Garber can't get clapped exactly? Can he? I don't hate Gunhara, but I wouldn't care if he died though. See, I felt that. I feel that too. That's the J Cole line. If a plane crash and only killed its lame ass, I won't be mad as that nigga. Garber was doing too much flip flopping. That's one thing that me and Vince were talking about.
Yeah, I hate that too. I hate that too.
When we're talking about like why we don't mind Sagara, Sagara owns it.
Yeah.
I think you said it earlier, high and low, where it's like with Gon Harvard, it's like, dude, just pick a side. You're not a good person. It's like just yes or no, bro. Like you can't be in this weird bystander, or, the sin of being a bystander type beat. Like you just like he wants to be seen as a good person and he's not, and it's just like, bro, just stop. Like no one, this is not moving anybody, bro. I like what Manus Vince said about him being Tice. I hate those who sit safely and delude themselves into thinking the world is peaceful. Those that close their eyes to the bloodshed, which happens somewhere else. Whereas Sagara, your honesty makes me lovely in your eyes. I feel that. See? Exactly what I was thinking about. I'm impressed with how much the author made me care about Maruna. He became a character I didn't care about to a character that can make me laugh and care about what happens to him and become one of my favorites. I would agree with that. Like, I always liked Maruna. Maruna never really left my top 6, I would say.
See. I kind of was on the same boat. I was like, I knew he was gonna be great because I was like, I don't think he would be in this story this long if she didn't have any intention of him being great at some point. Plus, I love his design. I love his demeanor. He just didn't have any moments for me to justify putting him too high. But he was always floating around like, you're gonna be great one day. I could tell. I could see it.
Yeah,
you're gonna be great. But
I think in terms of on-screen, start to finish character development. Like, he's the most dynamic character. Like, he's gone through the most... Him and Rand have gone through the most change. I think about Rand is some of Rand has been a little bit, like, montage-like. You haven't seen every single step all the way the same way I would say we saw with Maruna, especially with the weight of time, because he's just there with the ancient humans, chilling. We were running around, he helping them here and there, and then stuff happened, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're kind of getting to see it, so... Maruna to me, I think is probably the character I'll argue went through like the best character development in the series.
Yeah, on screen.
I still think you can make some other cases like for other characters, but I would side with Maruna.
Man,
but...
I don't know because his is just so from top to bottom. Like you don't expect this. Like
yep,
nobody else.
Fifth stage, Maruna gonna be top dog soon. I can't wait. Maruna's good. Big Chicken. Can we dive into my girl Sagara? We could talk about Sagara for a little bit.
I actually love that. Was actually one of my favorite characters. Yeah. I didn't know she was gonna change. I didn't necessarily expect her to like fall out of
male form toxic. I'm offended by this. That's all I'm saying. Keep going. I said, Craig, you're not slick. This is toxic masculinity. What the fuck you talking about, man?
I think I fell in love with her instantly. The moment she appeared on screen and Cass was just like, oh look, she's prettier than the fucking than the priestess. And her ass was like, you know what? I was gonna kill all these humans, but I'm gonna let them slide.
He said that young man saved all y'all lives because his taste good. His taste saved everyone's lives here. I feel that. That was funny as fuck. I felt that.
Yeah, she just made me laugh instantly. And my thing is, she don't mind being like I just understood her the moment you got the because I don't blame in this story. I'll be honest, I don't choose, and I think Corey Gom did a very good job of doing that. I don't choose humans above Suras just because they're humans.
I agree
like
with
that's normally really easy to do in most stories. You're just like, I like the humans because they're humans.
I relate.
Like, yeah. But it's just like Sagara is trying to achieve her goal because everybody around her just like that was her family, that was her lover, shit like that, and everybody else just gave up on that. Like they were just like, and some of the other clans were just like, we need Anata around because he's important to the best future. He's important to us. We need him. He's one of the most powerful people there. Or even when they didn't get along with him, didn't care about him. And then Gandharva and Manaka were just like, Gandharva was like, yeah, you know what, I'll come help him. And then she was like, no. And then he was like, oh, well, she said no, so we're not doing it no more. And I'm just like, huh? That's it? You just gave up on everybody because she was just like, nah? Mm-hmm. And so I was done with them after that. And another reason, that's why I've done Monaco. I was just like, wait a minute.
I can't with her.
Everybody on the line, and you just gonna be like, no, because you don't want him to kill and fight no more. You didn't do none of this when he was running around killing millions and trillions. But now we need somebody he might actually need to do something for, and now we just like, nah.
We good. We are good off that. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. So nah, I wasn't cool with it.
Yeah. But Sagara is one of my favorite Suras. She's dope. I've never had a problem with anything she was doing because again, like we said earlier, Mensa said earlier, she owns it, and I've said this to you, but I'll say it here. Like I've always said this, like give me the enemy who like hates me enough that he's just gonna pull the gun out on me, like, bro, I don't like you. You gotta go. Than the one who pretends to be my friend for 3 years, but is secretly poisoning every drink, every piece of food that I eat, so I die of like natural causes, and they've been plotting on me. Like, I always, even if it's not a nice thing, I respect that level of this. Like, yo, this is what I'm doing. Not that I want to be a good person. I don't know. Now she's dead. I'm gonna cry frozen tears free. Like, bro, clown. But I think it's a good segue to Tio, because I think we would both argue that Tio was the character who had the most immediate gravity when the series, when she kind of came into the story, had immediate impact, had immediate intrigue, and you like her fast, especially with the way how she reveals she's a priestess of chaos so casually to Ganhavra. You see, I think it's called a pool of reflection, whatever it's called, of the blood pool, and you see Ganhavra's actual Sura form. And she stays calm, bro. She don't tweak. She don't freak out. She sees it, and she's kind of tries to stay calm, and still tries to believe in him, and the good parts of him that she thought that she saw. You know what I'm saying? And then he let her down. When you see that rapier in her neck, I'm like, son, I hate Ganhavra forever, dog. I hate him. But yeah, speak on it.
Listen, bro. This character is beautiful because she. I can argue that. This is this is what I'm talking about when I talk about a good female character. Now, don't get me wrong. She's raw as far as just being raw for raw's sake. Mm-hmm. But there's so many layers to just she. Hold on, let me take a breath. This character is one of the most well-rounded female characters I've seen in a minute. Because I mean, you can argue that for just about anybody in this story. But the thing with Tio that's so beautiful to me, she has strength, she has femininity. She doesn't have femininity when she doesn't need it. She has empathy, she has care, but she's not a dummy either. Mm-hmm. She has everything that you could possibly need. She loves people. She loves half. But she don't love people to the standpoint she just gonna let all your emotions and all your actions slide either.
Yeah.
She's capable of being a damsel when needed, but she's also capable of being raw and just beating people up. She's not weak. She's like, I'm the only magician that got to this just based off of like, who said you need to be magic? Who need magic to be raw?
Yeah, she's literally a fighter, like fighter priest. Like that shit was so crazy to me. She got her little fucking rapier sword, which is dope. I'm like, okay, the blade out. No, but I'm with you on that. Like, we've spoken about this on our own a couple times too. But like, I personally take issue where I'm seeing a trend. Like, this is like comics, this is media, everything. Just like a general trend where it's like when we make a strong female character, we just make her extremely masculine. That's what we're doing, right? Like, I don't think femininity is weak. I don't think nurturing, being mothering, all kind of things outside of natural female instincts and intuition make you a weak person at all, right? But it seems like in a lot of these narratives, in order to make the character, like you said, raw, you gotta remove all of that. And I don't think you do. I think you actually, if you keep that, with all of those multifaceted moving parts of a person's personality, that's when, like you said, you get a perfectly well-rounded character. She can be in love and be girly, whatever. She can turn it off when she's got to fight and fight for the right reason. She can be empathetic to a species or race that she's not particularly of, and all kinds of different things. She's such a well-rounded character. So, like, to see her go out like that, it sucks, especially when you see who she dies for.
Right.
This fucking guy.
And she didn't die because she was weak. She didn't die. I mean, obviously she wasn't gonna get out of that situation easily, but she didn't just die just because of because she was being a damsel or this, that. She died gambling on him. And she lost.
Maki's
and that's
exactly
what made it so.
Maki's horrible, bro. Sorry, keep going.
No, you're good. Yeah, that's a good example.
A horrible fucking character. I don't give a crap what no one tells me. She stinks. Keep going. I don't care. I don't care which DJ Kid fan gets mad at that. She's awful. Both of them. Anyways.
Yuck.
Tio's amazing. Glad to have the real Tio back.
Man, you know what? You could argue too. Her story is the most tragic from that standpoint too, in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Her story is fucking tragic.
I agree, bro.
Like that is like I don't even know how to explain to you what tragic that is. Because every it's like she is also one of the few characters in the story. She don't got no choice. She ain't have no choice about nothing that happened to her so far. Everything that happened to her was horrific, and she didn't have no say in the matter. The only thing that she had to say in the matter is the God of Harvest shit, and she lost that bet. But I'm not blaming her because she didn't know.
She doesn't have like there's a lot of dramatic irony there that we have.
Yeah.
That she knows bad stories about him, but she doesn't know the extent.
Yeah.
You know?
She know, but she don't know.
Yeah, she really don't know.
Yeah.
She know, but she don't know. So, yeah.
She know you not good and you don't care about humans, but she don't know just the level of how disgusting you really are, because you're a disgusting fucking person, being, etc.
Piper, hold on. I don't mind a girl character being more masculine, but it has to feel natural. I like a part of the personality, the tomboy, so they feel like the outgoing or masculine because they're strong and not to do with the actual personality. I don't think that necessarily just having a masculine female character is a bad thing. I just personally see a lot of copy and pasted things. It's like, you see strong female, I'm like,
right. Or they think that's what makes the character raw. Just because she is a female.
You see, she didn't have a love interest. Yeah. What? Like, that's like, I don't know, man. Maybe that's just my man brain. Let me not get into that, but that's just I have enough good examples of like, I always like, one of my favorite examples actually. Have you ever seen Wolf Children, Ami and Yuki? Wolf Children?
Yeah.
I think Hannah's a great character, and she's just a mother, single mother. The whole great character, like one of my favorites. Like, real talk. Like, they didn't shy away from that. It is like, now I'm the tough single mom. Don't give a fuck about, like, no, like, they didn't do that. Like, it was,
don't get us wrong either.
Yeah.
There's a place for those characters
exactly.
too.
Sometimes it's completely justified if, like, maybe you were with a piece of shit and it's like, now you're on your own. You're like, yo, I gotta be tough for the kid. Like, I get it. Context matters. Just don't copy and paste like friggin' Miss Marvel from like Captain Marvel from like thing. Like, bro, that's not moving me. But anyways.
Right. Word.
Welcome back. Real Tio back.
Yeah. Oh man.
That shit was
It's
so
crazy.
mad. How did you feel when you saw her in season 3 with the two blades and shit? And then after you started to find out, like,
That was raw. I was like, oh, hold on. I said, yeah, you gotta draw some scenes with this if you're gonna do all this. Like, what are you doing?
the dual wielded. I said, this is
Yeah.
clean. Oh, God, it's so crazy that she's back in there and bitch got like a 7-year gap. Like, what? Like, I'm just older in an older body. That's so crazy. What were your thoughts like on the Hottie Vishnu thing when you're like, that doesn't inhabit the same soul? Like, that was a big moment because Irene it's crazy,
bro.
5 years, bro.
No, cause that changed what I thought was capable in this story.
Mm-hmm.
That changed that like, she has like 4 or 5 moments. It might be more now, but at the time I was reading and I was thinking about it. She had like 4 moments that like recontextualized everything you thought you knew about the series as you were reading it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're sitting here and you're just like, okay, cause when I'm first reading shit about Asha and shit like that, for example, for me, I'm first reading the shit. I'm thinking Asha. I'm like, okay, she know a lot of shit she's not supposed to know. She like from the future or some shit. Like why do you know all these? Like you seem to know like where Lee's is at every moment. You seem to know like even these guys and shit popping up. You're not asking question where she got the weapon from. Like what's going on?
Yeah.
How you know all that? So I'm looking at all that type of shit, and I'm just like, this is crazy. And then shit. What did you ask me exactly? See, I'm going off. But what did you
how much basically how much it blew your mind when you found out that
the soul? Yeah, the soul. No, because I'm like yeah, because I'm just like there got to be a reason that Asha wasn't spamming this, even though it's kind of funny enough. Actually, she did. She ended up spamming it. But what I originally thought when this happened, I thought every time Asha did this, she was gonna like lose a piece of like her humanity and mentally. She was gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
Cause that's what I thought was happening.
You see, last time when I seen the DNR list, do not resurrect, I said I said just throw me on there. Just throw me on that list. Don't resurrect me, bro.
Yeah, you knew something went wrong.
I didn't even know what was wrong yet. I'm just like one thing about me, I got two personal things. Even if one day I get powers, I'm not time traveling, and I don't fuck with the dead, bro.
I feel that.
Listen, if my time comes, my time comes. Don't resurrect me. Don't go to purgatory. Like, don't look for me. Just let me go. It's okay. All right, you gotta let me go, man. It is what it is. I don't mess with necromancing, and I just don't mess with that. And like, I like time travel stories, but I'm saying if I had the ability to time travel, I'm not doing it. I'm not messing with time, bro. I don't know what the smallest thing I do or change or talk about affects my life. I come back here and I don't exist no more. Why? Because you went to the store on a Thursday and you weren't supposed to go to the store. Why did that? I don't know. Butterfly flag. I'm not fucking with it. So as soon as that's not to do resurrect, put me on there. I don't know why. Just put me on there. Don't resurrect me, bro.
I felt that.
Got some burger running around in my body? Nah. I'm sick of the afterlife.
Backtrack into Tio real quick.
Yeah.
You know Tio a good character when she making me feel like maybe I can forgive God of Harvard. And then as soon as she gone, I'm like, yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
It's over. It's done for you. Nothing you do. I don't care if you sacrifice yourself for the state of the world at the end of this story.
100%.
You're not changing me, bro.
Absolutely.
But I've always been like that anyway. I know a lot of things people kind of go with the ebbs and flows, kind of what the story tells you that you're supposed to feel. But I ain't never been like that. I ain't never been one of those. And I don't know why. I just ain't never been one of those. I ain't never been like, the story told me I'm supposed to like this character, so I'm gonna like him. I'm like, no. Do I like this character?
I will be the judge.
Yeah. I'm like, do I like what they're doing? Cause I don't think I just fuck with them just cause you just like, oh, fuck with this character. Yeah. That ain't me.
The Flash taught me already though, but not messing with time travel. Exactly. Couldn't be me. Before Thawne messing up everything. I'm not with that. Necromancy though. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just telling you I don't mess with it personally. I'm just not messing with the dead at all. Like I just don't listen, man. I'm here for life. When I'm not here, I'm not here. I don't need to be revived on my favorite girl. Oh, wait, I don't need to be revived on my favorite girl. Does that for me? At least Diablo treatment. Yes, you gotta have it. Does deserve the Diablo treatment. Just that never-ending suffering, yo. So I feel that. Muda. Nah, but she's great. Like Tio never left my my top. Like I flip-flopped on her, especially when I learned that I'm like, that's not Tio in there. I'm like, who's this imposter? That's not my girl. But like, I was really like low-key, like I'm still fucking with her, but I'm not. But like, I thought I was confused. I was confused. I don't know what to feel. Then when
you know
back,
funny,
like,
funny
yes,
enough.
sir.
Funny enough,
Yeah.
I never changed.
I did. I flip-flopped. I did. I was like, damn, bro. And even with Irie, I'm like, Irie too, bro? That's why they keep making fun of me. Like, yo, here's the thing.
Oh, the Irie shit kind of killed me because I really thought Irie was going to be, like, a lot more, like, important. Because like, when I first saw Irie on the screen, she fought the Sura, she fought Clutch or one of them.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, she raw.
When she ran away, I'm like, bro, she was my favorite. I mean, you saw that review. She was my favorite in the first season. She was my favorite character in season 1.
Yeah, she was up there for me. I'm just like, go look at my list. I rated her high. I thought she was gonna be like a really important like fighter or something.
Especially when you find out she's Claude's brother, you think, okay, you know, like connected to a priest. There could be more here. Nah.
Yeah, and then nothing happened. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, it is what it is. But the cool thing is I never expected to like Lila because of the stupid shit she be wearing on her face. Even though I actually think it's funny, it kills me. I need some merch. I need earmuffs of those and shit like that. But Lila go crazy for me, bro.
No, I knew it was gonna be something with her because I could I could just tell from the eyes what they were showing, inside. I'm just like, oh, okay, something different about you.
Yeah. I think what I said came across wrong. I meant I agree. I don't like it. Like you're saying, if a girl is just portrayed as masculine to be strong, however, if it feels like a natural part of the personality, not to do with portraying a small character, like I like it. That makes sense. Basically, you're saying the context of the situation and the theming of the story matters. Like, does it make sense? Like, maybe she was raised in a village full of just literally brutish men, so she's basically the equivalent of that. Like, you know, like yeah, I get that. There's an imposter among us, necromancy. Yes, I mess with that.
But it's to me, when it comes to women characters, as far as that too, a lot of it, to be honest, well, I don't know how it is for all of y'all. A lot of it for me is dialogue based. Mm-hmm. The reason why the JJK shit don't always move me is because they're doing it just kind of like, oh, you're saying a woman can't be strong, and I'm just like, oh, brother, we're in 2022, dude. We're past it.
It's such a proper. It's just at that point, like it's one of those things where you hear it like. It's like when I hear a really corny related to like racism joke. I'm like, bro, we're so past this in 2022. Move this from me.
Yeah,
like, what do you mean, you people? Like, oh, brother, like I just, you know, like I don't know, like
yeah, right, yeah.
Just don't move me. Just shut up, man. Like, move on from that. Like, get some new material. Boo, get some new material. Like, fuck.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at too. I'm like, it's not because like I said, it's not because she a woman and she's strong or anything like that. Like I want that, please. It's dialogue that makes it corny. Yeah. Cause now I'm looking at this character and I'm just like, oh fucking brother, you're talking about like, oh, I'm this way because I'm a woman and this, that, and that. I'm just like, no, just have your personality be raw. Mm. Like if I have a woman character that's like an insane person. Like I'm like she's great because she's insane, and now that she also a woman, yeah, she's fine as fuck. Yeah, she get extra points that a man might not get because she got the same archetype without all the dancing, the wokeness, all that other bullshit, and she also fine. So yeah, she get extra points.
There you go. When I first saw Lala, I didn't realize she was wearing a mask. I actually made the exact same mistake. I thought this was just some random ass creature. I did too.
You know what? I understand. I had to really look. I said, wait a minute. I said, wait, what is going on here? What are you doing?
I'm like, you know what? You know, I'm looking. I've seen some like halves and shit. Like I guess, you know, like I didn't question it too much. I thought you could look goofy. I don't know. I'm like, oh,
right. Especially when you're at the beginning of the story, because you don't know what else races and shit are gonna be in here. So you just like, look at Hanuman. Grandpa? I'm like, wait, I thought it was Grandma Hanuman. Grandpa? I'm like, you look kind of weird too, bro. Like, I don't know. So, I think I got like a mouth in his chest and shit. Like, so, yeah. Again, Maki. Sura's just...
I didn't bring her up again.
bro, Sura's just changing their forms and just be like, I'm a woman. Like, I'm like, that's not what I saw. Like, I don't have no problem with it at all. It just did not, I did not see that coming. They could just decide because at first I thought it was just gonna be like a Sagara thing, where Sagara was just the one that just decided she was gonna change her gender and shit like that. And I'm just like, oh, really? They all could do that? Just some of them just choose not to?
If I remember, Vitra did that for a reason too. The leader of the Dragon Clan, there was a reason why they changed. Oh, I think no, not that. I think someone in the chat, correct me if I got this wrong. Vitra in the female form does not have access to like the strongest transcendental or something like that. So he'd have to be in his male form to use it. So I think sometimes what happens is just like certain skills and abilities for whatever reason is locked behind a gender, like the toxic mode for Sagara.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I'm pretty sure everyone has like a preferred gender. It seems to me like they have a preferred one for the most part. So.
Right. Or just like, because even like the thing was like the person from Ganda Harvest Clan. Mm-hmm. That special is crazy.
Wasuki.
That special is insane. I didn't talk on that when we were talking about them. That special is absolutely ludicrous. I forgot what the name of that character is. it's Gardehava's second in command or whatever. They said one of the three beauties.
Oh,
and then
I know.
and then I don't remember
the name won't come to me. Someone in the chat will know.
Vasuki. No. Oh, I know. Oh, that's the one from Sakura's.
No, Vasuki. I think it was the
Vasuki,
one. Yeah,
the Sakura's clan. Yeah. No, I don't remember what the one from God of Harvest clan is, but yeah. That was crazy to me. I'm like, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. You're in love with Manaka, and like you're insane. That's all I could think about when I was watching it. I'm like, what is this cuckery, bro? What am I looking at here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mansvin? Yeah, Manasvin. Cause I'm assuming it started off as a woman. Cause at first when I was reading the special, I'm like, oh, this guy to Harvard doing this shit, killing people, being like, don't disrespect. Cause it sounds like when you're reading it sounds like some shit he would do. Mm. And then you get further and further along, you're like, wait a minute, that's not him.
I'm looking.
And because that shit was crazy, bro. Crazy ass special.
Sagara's most recent lover. There we go. Yeah, this is dude. But
not Mansvin. Mansvin is the one. Yeah, ain't that the one in that's the one that. Wait, no. Honestly, I'm getting characters confused now. All right, somebody will figure it out. Isn't that the one that Sakura was with?
Sakura was with Mansvin, I think.
Yeah, that's not the one I'm talking about either.
No, then who? We'll figure it out. We'll know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll know. I will get better at the names for these Soros.
Yeah, it's one of those two. Katan.
Yeah, I'm just bad.
Yeah,
I'm just bad at the names right
now.
now.
I don't remember right now. Yeah, it's too many people.
But let me ask you. Actually, a couple questions I want to ask you. What would you say is Kurigam's greatest strength in your opinion? Because things said earlier, like Kubara has so many interesting concepts and good execution from its insight, revival, time travel. None of it's trivial. It's all important. Has a place in the verse. Blah blah blah. Kurigam is actually becoming like one of my favorite writers. I'm not top 5 yet because I have a lot that I really like. She was already my top 10, but especially as it comes to like webtoon and like webtoons and stuff, like easily my favorite, and it's not close. But what in your opinion is her greatest strength, or strengths?
Taking a concept that I normally wouldn't like, or taking something that I normally would think would be contrived, and making it make sense, making it acceptable, or making it good. That is her greatest strength to me. She has many strengths. That is her greatest strength to me.
You said taking a concept that you don't like and making it work?
Yeah. I don't fuck with time travel.
Oh, okay. I love time travel, so that's it. I'm a time travel merchant.
Because I just haven't seen a lot of them be done well. So normally I'm just like, you got time travel? I'm already skeptical. I'm already like, eh. And also she just has an ability to take things that would normally be seen as like a convenient and explaining it very, very well and making it like at least acceptable to good. Because normally I see some of the shit that happen. Because like I don't think nothing I've seen in Kubera is a Deus Ex Machina, or nothing that I can commit to memory. But there are probably some moments where I'm just like this convenient and stuff like this. But the way she created her world is that you can always, almost always, tie it back to something. And most stories can't do that. You can't tie all these moments to something. And you can do that for almost everything in Kubera. Oh, let me see. Yeah. You sent it to me. Yeah. Or Ivasi or whatever. Yeah, that's the one.
The chat was saying it. I just sent it to you. Like just I'm gonna send you the picture.
Yeah. I knew what it looked like.
Recognize visually.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are right. It's Ivasi.
Cause I couldn't remember. I was like, who the fuck is this?
I was trying to decide, right? Because I think she does a lot of things really well. The reason I'm gonna give her 2 things only because I can't personally think of any author that I hold in high regard that does these things. And when I call it, I'm gonna use the example actually with Lee's wanting to kill Maruna and all the things that were happening in that moment, right? Where I'm like, anytime there's a conflict between 2 characters that's crescendoing into that climax, right? There is always, a lot of times there could be other moving parts. But what I always find interesting about Kurigam is that, for example, I'm just gonna take a very, very basic example. Frieza, Goku, you know that they were coming on the collision course, right?
Yeah.
So that's the main conflict there. And I think that a lot of times, in most stories, the main thing kind of supersedes anything else. Kurigan would have like your main conflict coming to a clashing point, but have 6 other moving things that are gonna happen around the same time or in that moment, even if it's just like the other characters that are bystanding, that are equally, if not more interesting than the main thing. Like the point of convergence, where she's bringing all of these problems into like their resolution, if you will. I'm like, how does she make them all interesting? Because you're mad at them, they're mad at you. You have this thing going on, but if this goes wrong, it'll trickle down to like it's so interconnected and interwoven in a way that blows my mind every time. Like, I care about all of this shit. There's usually something I'm like, I don't care about this. I'm like, I care about all of it.
Right. That's facts.
All of it I care about, which I don't think is easy to do. So
it's not. It also thank the Lord. I love this woman. She was certified as soon as I saw the post that told me. The woman said, "Listen, I already got my plan for the story. I'm doing it, regardless of what y'all say. Cause normally, you know how I feel about you feel the same way. Webtoon comic section. Where's Lee? Shut up, man.
Oh yeah, every chapter.
I'm like, all these characters are amazing. Fuck out of here. All where's Lee's merchants all day, man. I'm like, listen, man. There are a lot of moments in this story I forgot Lee's was the main character. I really did.
I think she did say she has 10 or so main characters, but you're right. This is the titular character, the title of the character of the show, whatever is, Kubera, Lee's, whatever. But still, like, yeah. And I mean, I'll ask you this though.
See. Oh, real quick, before you keep it. See, I push back. Even though Lee's has the name, the story is called Kubera. Yeah. How many Kuberas are there?
That's true.
A lot.
That's true.
The story is not called Lee's or
true.
Kubera Lee. It's called Kubera. So everything tied to a Kubera, the Kubera. That's all that matter, man.
Where's Mori? that friend got out of high school. Jin Mori. No, like I was gonna ask you this because like we are a fan of this type of storytelling. So like we could like, and I think that we have enough things in this story that we care about, and like I'm very much a character person. I will say this, right? Everybody comes for narratives for different reasons. Some people like aesthetics, some people like text, some people like fights, some people like lore, world building. I'm a character person. Characters are what moves me the most. I would probably go character, plots and subplots, and then whatever else, right? Those are the things that matter to me the most.
Yeah.
And the reason that I bring that up is because I think that she handles her ever-expanding cast very well. Because she jumps around, and then like things are like her story, like you say a lot of times, is interwoven really well. Like things are interconnected, so nothing never truly feels divorced from something, even if it could seem that way naturally. Though I actually could understand, like, let's say I do not like Maruna, or I'm not interested in Maruna, and I have to go through the wait of time for how many weeks each week, but I don't care about him. I can see that being frustrated. I actually can understand that being frustrated.
See, I actually was thinking about that, because I was thinking about I think one of the weaknesses to her type of storytelling is that it can be very long-winded. Okay. And also what she does, it's a strength and a weakness, but basically the way she handles her cast really well is she puts them in a box. And that sounds kind of crazy, but what she does is she does this really good thing where she does a really good job of individually isolating characters in situations, so that way we can just focus on them and you can get immersed in it. So you're not sitting there thinking about Leeds is so much more important than everybody else. I have to know what Leeds is doing, because Leeds' strength, power, storyline is infinitely more interesting than everybody else's. That doesn't happen in Kubera. I'm seeing it. It's like Leeds' storyline is important. Yeah, we love Leeds, but I also love X, Y, and Z, and their storyline is just as important to this part, in this part, in this part, in this part. Like, So could it just like she does a good job of doing like you know how we love basketball analogies on this on this stream and podcast. Yeah. She clears out and she throws the ball in the middle and somebody in the post, and everybody else just gotta watch. Yeah. and that's what she does. You gotta watch. You gotta watch these people be raw in this moment. And then while she's doing that, you may not like them at that moment, but by the time you're done, you might end up loving them. And that's
I would
the skill.
argue that's what happened with me with Rand. Like I always like Maruna. Did this make me love him way more? Absolutely. I'm enjoying the fuck out of his journey. Rand was a character I always liked, but I started to love as, like, we said this, we argued this, like, Rand is the character that's changed the most in a lot of ways. We're like, Rand is not the same person. Like, Maruna's gone through changes, but they're still the core of Maruna. We're like, I'm at the point where I'm like, the core of Rand, I'm not saying it's not there, but I haven't seen it since the changes started happening because of everything we went through with the Yaksha clan, other side of the story, Weight of Time, all of that. And even what we're experiencing currently in the Anata arc is like, where is that goofy, you know, I'm just going to cast, even from the beginning of the third season when he like went to save his kids and he froze his legs and everything, like, I don't see that. It's not there really. Rand's demeanor is so much more serious now. I'm not saying it's not in there. I'm just not saying we won't see it again, but I find it fascinating because he's the one person I could pinpoint to where I'm like, the core of you is not there no more. It's been removed. It's been tainted, and now you're just a different person. Like, you know, what's the freaking joke they make with that one chocolate bar? It's like, you're not yourself. You need a Klondike bar or something like that. And it's like, you know, like, he's not himself. He needs like a Snickers. There we go, Snickers. Is it Snickers?
Yeah, you need a Snickers. Yeah,
Snickers.
You need a Snickers.
Yeah. So, you're not yourself when you're hungry. But I love Rand. Rand, I never thought I would like Rand more than his brother. But I'm sorry, Kako. He clear, bro. Lut's not better than Rand. He's not better. Rand is so clear, that nigga.
I think because Lut's not in the story enough to be clear.
But us seeing him in the special chapters was a treat though. That was great.
Yeah. Cause Rand could have been one of those characters easily where he didn't have raw moments. And Kurigam said, fuck that. He's going to be raw.
Him being kind of the comic reliefy stuff, it was working. I was okay with it. Like, yeah, I wasn't like pushing any boundaries, but I thought it worked. But for him to like get more than that, I'm like, thank you. Because I honestly think that this is one of the few stories where I read where a lot of people act like people. You know, like, this is the calm, cool, collected genius, but that doesn't mean they don't get pissed, frustrated, sad, blah, blah, yada, yada. This is the comic relief character, but that doesn't mean they don't have their own dreams, hopes, inspirations, yada, 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 and can't have a very, very, you know, serious demeanor with the cases. Like, humans are multifaceted. You can have a general, like, now he's a happy-go-lucky guy, but that doesn't mean every single day of every single waking moment I'm on my, everything's great. There's days where, like, yo, he's not in a good mood.
This is so crazy because even though the
Lutz is hotter, she said. I will argue that.
Oh, okay. You know what? Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong.
I'm not mad at that one. I might agree. I think I agree.
Yeah. She's not wrong.
He better look it. He dressed better too. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's kind of crazy because when I first read this story too, I really thought for me the plot was gonna be like the most important thing. Like. And it's not. Like, the plot's not secondary, but as far as my enjoyment of the series, the plot has become secondary. Mm-hmm. Like, the plot is just a way to move this forward without it becoming stale. Because if this wasn't a fantasy, I think this potentially could have run into the same problem that a lot of webtoons have. Because a lot of webtoons kind of write in a similar fashion as far as their characters. Yeah. I actually think that's one of webtoons, the medium to the strength. A lot of them are character focused. Not all of them, but a lot of them were character focused. Yeah. But her plot allows her to not get stale because she's still moving the plot forward with different characters. Mm-hmm. And that's really hard to do because it'd be really easy for her to just like to get bored. Because I was really shocked at myself. I didn't get bored at any point reading it. And I don't normally get bored with anything I read, but I just mean from the standpoint that it's like, damn, it's kind of going on kind of long, don't you think? Like this already been going on for a minute. I'm just like, nope, I just keep going.
Yeah, you just don't put it down, honestly, because like I think webtoons have that problem. As much as we love many webtoons, they have a lot of lulls. We were like this.
Yeah. You're like, I'm waiting
you
for
might
this
you
to
might
be
not
done.
read for 8 weeks, and then you're behind for like a year. Like that happens so many times. A lot of these, like, this is not a series.
Or yeah,
for
our
that.
problem with an ordinary is like, I got the point. Okay, we get it. Like you
John,
need help.
suffering,
Yeah,
I
he
get it.
he needs help. Like even me, and I'm one of the biggest fans of that series. And it got to a point where it's like, you beating me down, and I'm the one who defend this week after week. You're beating me down, like Jesus Christ. Like this series don't do that because she doesn't do that. There's too many characters for her to do that too. That's the strength of having so many characters. And like I said, the weakness is that it can become long winded, especially since she's not a person to
It'd be hard
half-ass
to
it.
have focus when there's so
Yeah,
many.
right.
Or you have
Yeah.
to take focus off some because like I never disliked Yuta as a character at all. He was never amongst my favorites, but when he went to his third stage, he started tweaking over leads and he needed to go to jail. Cause Sak's like, bro, read this book, bro, cause he got his dick on your face or on your neck. like that shit was moving me. It was so funny. But in the third season, he hasn't really been there like that. Now the moments with him have been cool, like Maruna seeing him and stuff, and then when the universe is breaking down, you see Lee's come. And when he disappears, her hands, and she like you could tell she's fucking sad about it. Like a lot of great stuff with him in it, but he's not impactful the way he was in the second season. But that doesn't take it doesn't take away from his character, because I know at some point he will become the focal point again, especially with Callie and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it works for me, but I can understand that being frustrating for somebody else. But I'm with you. A lot of times, if not a character I particularly might have cared about, she makes me care. Whereas
Right.
like I would argue that while I saw it coming, Maruna's redemption, so to speak, was not something that I particularly cared about. But trust me,
Right.
I'm enjoying this fucking journey though. I am. And someone said it earlier, I can't remember who said it, but like I do feel in a lot of ways Rand and Maruna have switched roles. Cause now Maruna's doing a bunch of jokey shit, making a bunch of joke faces. He's killing me. Like he's so expressive right now. Like I would argue in a lot of ways they've kind of flip flopped a little bit.
I died when she recontextualized the scene with Maruna looking at Rand. And Rand was like, "Oh, he's gonna kill me." That nigga just couldn't see him. He was squinting. I was like, bro. I'm just like, she's so silly, bro. Like, why'd she do that?
This series
man
is
Rand
funny as hell
was
too,
big.
by the way. Like it's low.
Yeah, it really is.
You would
is. And I'm
expect
not
it to be that
somebody-
funny. The humor be hitting.
Cause I'm not a comedy guy. Like I am, but I'm not. Like most of the time, I think. No, I like comedy, but I don't feel like a lot of people do it well, especially when reading. It can be very hard to do. So I'm just like, this joke just don't work for me and shit like that. No, their facial expressions are what makes me laugh. Or just the way she draws. Yeah.
Like
that's what I like.
They're like they're very vibrant, which I like about them. They're very vibrant, and in this weird way, I actually very much. I don't know if I just got used to it, and now like I like it, but I like that like same color kind of filter stuff she does with the characters are drawn a bit more simple.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know. I just like it. Like I don't know, and it works for me personally speaking. So. I liked him being comic relief, and I liked him even more when you see him being more serious, standing up for Liz against Asha. That was one of the first times I really clapped for Rand, when he was like standing up to Asha and gave her bars. And he became one of my favorites during the time travel business and the mystery of why he's changed so much. Exactly, 100%. The characters are my favorite part about the series. Horny jail and weak. Yeah, you have to go to horny jail for real, yo. They had to bonk that man in the Sura realm. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Stop putting your Sura parts on fucking Lee's, bro.
No, that shit killed me, son. I said.
And this nigga look at Kasak like, Kasak, bro, what the fuck? Like, no, go to jail.
No, what are you
Kasak
doing?
was
Like,
right.
yeah, what are you?
Kasak was right. Kasak like, bro. Like,
No,
yo.
Kasak, like, it's funny. It's funny as shit too, because Kasak is not the type of person who even be caring about none of that.
Yeah.
But he was like, oh nah, bro, you
are
wild."
tweaking. You are tripping. You putting your balls around her neck, bro. Like,
yeah. I'm like, even Kasak looking at you like, hey, Lee, that, you know what? I kind of need you to like read what the fuck going on.
Because what the fuck going on? Not okay, bro. Like,
yeah.
Have you guys talked about Rel Tower? I came back a bit later. No, we haven't. You want to speak about Rel Tower? Because I actually,
That's the one I just. Is that the one I just read about? Is
the red hair Garuda from the
yeah. Maruna's
and she was talking about the chaos attribute Suras to being the Tarakas that from.
Oh, that was raw.
That was raw. That was incredible too because of the blitz tactics that we learned about. And what I really like about her is her design is crazy.
Her design is.
And to have a Garuda Sura who's been alive that long, I think gave us insight in a way that is interesting because here's what I really liked about what she had to do when she brought up the blitz tactics, right? We're talking about like the Taraka clan or whatever. She spoke about something in depth, but almost from a very ancient standpoint. Like she said stuff that made sense to us, but she said it with a lot more older terminology and older, like, you know, I guess knowledge, so to speak.
Yeah.
Which was interesting to me because then it ties into the fact that for whatever reason, I'm of the maybe I'm just this my headcanon bears me here. I think Maruna's Crimson Sunshine of Dawn because of the attributes it embodies and diving into with Ushels and Dawn and all those things. I think that ability is gonna be that transcendental is very important, and I do find it interesting that he has to be in human form to use it because that's the best way to kind of get rid of them. You blitz them with those two attributes, right? Mm-hmm. So Maruna has it, and we learned a bit about with Aruna, like he was dummy strong, like he's almost been nerfed in a lot of ways. That what happened. So it's like I think that's all connected. I think Rautaro is just a really cool, dope character that's been introduced related to the Garuda stuff, and I just like the role that she plays here. I'm interested to see what her and Rand keep doing. She's not in my top 10 or nothing like that, but I like the character a lot.
I like Yashka a little bit more.
So do I actually. He's dope. What do you think of Hanuman?
I didn't see that coming. Because the whole time I'm thinking it's a woman. Yeah. I'm like, oh, it's like a very mean kind of like mean grandma type woman. I'm like, it's a man? I'm like, I know they can switch. I can switch, but I
was like, grandpa. That's exactly what I said. I was like, grandpa. I was like, wait. So
that's not the vibe I was getting from that little thing. Mm-hmm. So that happened, and then it was just like, yo, like that's the reason Rand's mom happened. It just like Rand was like, nope, got to get rid of my grandma. I'm like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. I'm like, this is kind of gone kind of bonkers. Kind of lost I'm like, Rand lost his mind. Yep. Rand losing him out a lot in season 3. I didn't speak on that, but the moment between him and Brilla was something that completely caught me off guard.
Absolutely. When he came back, and they're like, "Oh, like something's happening, something's taking him." Like it's Rand, dude, but like Rand wasn't looking like Rand, dog. Like,
no, cause like you thinking you're like, okay, I'm like, cause they talking about like somebody's coming to kill the children, this, that, and the other. And then
at that point, we learned that one of the children probably have the souls of Thing too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So we looking, and then like, I'm like, who is it? I'm thinking it's like Lorraine. I'm like, oh, then Lorraine popped up. I'm like, oh, well, she kind of was thinking of doing that, but it's not Lorraine. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you want Sakura people, some character I ain't seen yet, and it's fucking Rand. I'm what? Rand go kill the children? Like what's going? Like I didn't know what was going on. And him and Brilla start fighting, and he mad at Brilla. I'm like, what he mad at Brilla for? Like what's going on? Mm-hmm. I'm thinking he's under confusion, and they like, nope, he not. I'm What are you talking about?
What he was doing. He mad for a reason. So I'm like, dang. No, that shit was crazy. It was very shocking. Even to see things in his 5th form. And like I didn't use the Eye of Parachment. I'm like, what? Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm like he mad for a reason. I'm like, what he mad at Brilla for?
Mm-hmm. The High and Low said, my problem with Kubera, sometimes I can get overwhelmed with the plot. I can honestly understand that.
Yeah. That's very because season 3, in that little standpoint, I forgot what the standpoint it was. Oh, when they had like that big ass, I don't want to call it a war. When they had that moment when Sakura was doing her plan and all her Sura people had to show up and shit like that. Yeah. For a while, I had to keep reading the comment section. Even then, I probably don't even remember 100%. Because it's really easy. I just read this story. It's really easy for me to forget, like, every single thing that I just read.
It's dense and full of information. It is.
Yeah.
I think it's a series that requires at minimum 2 reads. You need to read it, be just bewildered and mesmerized, and then you need to read it with foresight. So a lot of the things that you like I could see like the little things Asha was doing like I think it needs at least 2. And it's unfortunately I don't think it's a series where you can kind of be a casual. If you that you can, but if you are, you really are like you're not following to the degree that the crackheads are following, so to speak.
No, you can't. I agree. You can't be.
You can't half-ass this series in my opinion. That could be a a criticism.
A week,
against
yeah.
it.
It could be a week, yeah. I'm not mad at that either.
Neither am
Because
I.
like you really do have to like if I stepped away from this series for 2 months, I'd be lost.
Yeah.
I
And
couldn't do
oddly
that.
enough, I didn't think I was gonna like it as a weekly read, and I'm very happy to be wrong about that. I like it.
Oh, I'm glad you do, because
It's a
I'm
great-
saying that's gonna be my thing.
Yeah, it's a great weekly read as well. So, before season 3, Kurigam listed 10 things, and only 3 of them are true. Okay, hold on. The person who will appear the most in season 3 is Lise. Well, that's not her.
Oh
Asher will not appear in season 3. That she appeared. Season 3, Sierra is married to Irie. That didn't happen. Rand and Randa will have 3 children. They have 2. They're twins, right?
They have 3.
They have 3.
I thought they have the twins and
And
then
the
the
girl.
girl, right?
You're right. I'm sorry. In season 3, Maruna's love line is Elwin. In 6, season 3, Claude wears a wig because he's bald. I'm sorry.
I almost thought that was gonna be true for a second. I wouldn't be surprised if Claude
150.
were okay.
Then we passed that. Kubera will end with season 3, and Lise will not be paired up with anyone. Number 9. Kubera will have 4 seasons. 10. 9 is stupid. Kubera will actually have 10 seasons. Yo, it's Elwin.
I don't know if we're gonna have.
Elwin.
I don't know. If
It's Elwin is funny, but I guess Senpanti to some degree, even with a little bit of some of the extra stuff, it looked like he kind of liked her a little bit. I don't know. That was just kind of weird to me, but I'm a little interested about it. But we'll see. That's.
I feel like we're getting close to the end, personally.
I think we're closer to the end than we
Then
are.
the beginning,
like,
yeah. I don't
like-
think we're at the end, but yeah, I think we're like maybe.
If you're
I
like
think
Naya
we're-
gut feeling, how far through Kubera are we? 70%.
Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna say too.
Gut feeling. I'd say, yeah. So, let me just keep the character for Blitz Tactics was also by Kasak when he was jumping for Utah in the early season. I didn't remember that then. That's crazy. I really didn't remember that. I'm interested in humans past what caused the emotional resonance. That's not too. What do you guys think about Nata's character so far? What do you think about the strongest so far, bro?
They cool. They kind of like. I was kind of already like kind of knew what to expect after we saw them with Yashka and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, okay, this type of character this is. Because I didn't know what to think. I knew they weren't gonna necessarily like, cause like at this point with this story, nobody is who I expect them to be. So like,
That's totally
so I
fair.
don't even try. Yeah, so I don't try to like have no swooping strong opinions about who they're gonna be or anything like that.
Mhm.
And then it's just kind of like you already could tell he was a little bit different because you already have like the little moment with where he dies the first time, and you're just like, oh, he's my friend. He's talking about a god and shit like he's like, he's my friend and shit like that. You just like, you're not supposed to be talking like this. like you look at Sakura, like he part of that clay. You look at Sakura, you look at all that, you look at them and how they love you and shit like that. The way you talking, and just like you different, and maybe that's why you so loved, because you just like you don't. I already knew they were gonna have like a kind of a personality that wasn't like gonna be normal to like what a Sura you normally think of a Sura or anything like that.
Yep. They have 4? Oh, there's a baby? Did I? And the twins and the baby. Oh shit! Did I know that? I definitely don't remember the baby. But my reread.
Oh, they had a baby. Yeah, baby.
My
Yeah.
reread starts in February, so I'm gonna be doing a reread, and I'm gonna like. What I want to do too is do like almost like a re-review of each season and stuff too. I have a bunch of things planned for Kubera. You guys have no idea. That's why like getting people to read it is that I can talk to.
Oh, I'll do. I'll say I'll be a part of that with you. I'll probably have to go through some stuff, but like I'll just have to. It ain't gonna be a one swoop like I just did.
See the day.
Not doing that again.
We talking about Kubera. Claude does wear a wig. It's confirmed. I did not know that.
Oh, I see. I kind of thought that. I kind of felt like he did. Wasn't sure though.
Was like a scene there? I don't know because I learned that Rock Lee's wearing one in Boruto. I don't actually why I know that. Someone just randomly told me that. I don't know why, but yeah. So I don't know. I seriously hope Kubera has 10 seasons. I doubt it. That's not be that long.
Nah, that's like a long.
That's way too long.
We already have.
I think 4
so I don't
max.
think.
Or
Yeah,
long
I said-
season 3.
Yeah, we already have 500 chapters. I can't see it going on too much longer. I'd say probably another 300 chapters, maybe something like that.
It's in the blog. Okay, I do be reading rereading the blog, but there's a couple. I think the season that I missed the most in are like a bit of the beginning of season 2. so I gotta go back and get some of those. But what do you think is her biggest weakness? Kurigan, we have to throw a weakness at her. What do you think?
I kind of already.
I'm not watching no fucking Boruto, bitch. Sorry, I got offended. That offended me. Respect me, bro. I'm not watching that shit. Sorry.
I kind of already stated it, but long-windedness.
Long-windedness, okay.
Because it's just like when you go through all these stories, like it's fun, but if you're not somebody who ends up caring about these characters, and you mostly here for the plot, you're gonna be here for a while, bro. Mm-hmm. And like that can be a weakness. Like I'm not saying it's just like it's wrong, but it's just like it's just like she stretches some shit out. But I'd rather somebody who overstretch shit than just don't stretch it enough, personally.
Yeah. Because
I'm just like I'd rather her like because like I talk about this problem with well, I don't want to bring up that series because like I don't want to do that. I don't want that to turn into that. But you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I don't feel like they don't do enough with the people that are there.
Before they get mad at me again, talk about it's my fault.
Yeah. See how I'm
Oh shoot. Whatever.
But they don't bring those people to the table enough. We don't get to learn enough about not enough downtime. Like Kubera's not even like a bunch of downtime, but like there's downtime in this series.
I think my biggest criticism is what I said earlier. Like it doesn't bother me, but I could see like it's like the cast thing, the way she handles the cast. I think it's the best way to handle a cast like this. But again, if Lise is your absolute favorite character and you really like, yo, I just want to see her, and you're like, bro, I don't like Maruna. Like I could honestly understand you being in the mud. Like I do think I think some people, because I speak so highly of it a lot, they don't think I have like any criticism towards Kubera. Kubera's not flawless. It's not perfect. It's just a fucking masterpiece. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's high level.
It's very good. It's not absolutely perfect. Because even people who have art complaints, I don't have them, but I can understand those.
Well, so what are some of the complaints you have? I'm actually curious. Because like for me, my thing is though, even with some complaints, it's just like to me, she makes a lot of the things that I probably would have complained about salvageable. That's why I don't complain about it.
Yeah. Okay, I guess my biggest criticism, like you can go the art route. I don't, as long as you're improving, I don't care. I thought the artwork was great from the get go. Personally, especially her environment. I thought her environments were really good, like her backgrounds and shit.
I just got a different. Maybe I just don't understand art. Maybe I don't get it.
I can't draw, so maybe I don't either. I can't.
Because for me, I'm looking at a lot of this story, and I'm just like, bro, like, is it like the greatest art in the world? No, but I thought it had a very nice charm to it. I like it a lot. Yeah. What's the issue? But like I said, maybe I don't understand art.
Maybe,
so I don't
but I mentioned this a couple times, but maybe it's the comparative thing. It's not that it's bad. It's just that like you might
don't look as good as
Soul Level, and you're like, bro, look at the art for this, and maybe you're like, this is moving you, or like Alexide, or whatever. Noblesse. I'll use Noblesse. Like Noblesse to me to this day, as much as it's even the oldest version of Noblesse to me still looks beautiful. Even as the art style was like being tweaked, like it's one of those things. Like I could see the complaint. For me, it's not a complaint because even in Tower of God, the first season is not a complaint to me. I like the artwork, so like.
See, me do too. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. I said maybe I just don't understand art because I don't complain about this stuff. I truly don't really get it because I'm just like a lot of this stuff to me, the art is good or at least likable.
One of my friends, it pays off. That's good. It drags a bit in parts. I don't think it drags. I think the most I could say is maybe it like because it's a bit of a it's a slow burn, Ivy drip. It does take a while for you to hit your stride. Because even me, openly admitted, it's really a portion in season 2 where it's like I couldn't put it down. I was having a great time in that up until then. But it was parts I was like, like I am pushing a little bit here, but I wouldn't say it dragged. It just I don't know.
You know what though? I figured out something because I haven't said this probably. I probably said this to you before, but I didn't say it to nobody in here, obviously. Yeah. I've tried Kubera several times before.
I had once. I told you I got to but I was not nearly as far as I thought I was though. I pretty much just read like 20 chapters of season 2. I was not really. I got nowhere, bro.
Well, because I got like I said, there's one point I started in season 1 and I was like, what the fuck? This is dense as fuck. I can't do this right now. My brain can't handle this.
Sometimes you need to be in the mood. I feel that.
Yeah. And then there was another time where I got through season 1 and stopped. And then there was another time I got through season 2 and I stopped like halfway through season 2. Mm-hmm. And then I forgot everything because I didn't touch it again for like another 3 years. But one thing I said made it unnecessarily hard for me, I say, is that lines translations. And like I said, I'm not a person who complains about translation. But I'm not talking about translation as far as just like they're making grammatical mistakes. They actively made some concepts harder to understand, in my opinion.
No, I don't. You're absolutely correct, because here's the thing about the Bible Kim subs scanlations, and I don't know, like, maybe a lot of people may not fully understand, because you remember you were around when we had dedicated fan subs for certain series and whatnot. Remember we used to talk about almost like with certain series, your Bankai, and they'll actually have like Bankai appear in like Sakura blossoms for like Byakuya and shit like that. Like you had a team of people dedicated to the series who liked the series and cared about the series being portrayed properly. So they would use the proper translations and concepts and whatnot. What happens with line a lot of the times is I think they just get somebody who literally can translate from Korean to English, English to Korean, but they're not at all intimate or familiar with any of the actual material of a Tower of God, the material of a Kubera. So what happens a lot of times is you're reading it, and it's not necessarily. Sometimes I'm like the translation is not bad, but I know the person who translates this doesn't read the series.
Yeah.
Because the way it's framed, the way it's phrased. When you read the Bible, can be like, this is a team of people who love Kubera. You know that. They're not calling him Idiot Smithy. They're calling him Bible Kim. You know what I'm saying? So I could, but that to me, that's not on Kurigam. That's on the translator. So you can't put that on Kurigam. She's writing her shit in Korean. How they translate it is how they translate it. So we can't put that on her. But I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, because for me it's just like, I'm not gonna read a series where I'm reading it and I actively don't understand what's going on, and then I'm gonna sit here and have like the credentials to be like, I understood what I read. I didn't understand shit, and I had that problem. And I had that problem with the beginning of Kubera. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. As far as not as far as following leads or any of that or keeping up with the character, I don't know what's going on. It's like I don't know how the power system works, or they explain certain powers and God and shit like that. I'm like, I'm lost.
Because even names changed. I don't know if you had this, because Ash, Ashe, became Asha, like 60 chapters in.
Yeah.
It was La Hero, because, you know, like L sound, and I guess Japanese, but like it's Korean, so I'm not sure it's the same, but it was La Hero for me a little bit too, and then became Ra Hero. Like small things like that, like can kind of like, because this is a series where like, because there's so much to remember, you don't want any missing information from a translation.
Right. So you're sitting here looking, and you're like, is that a different character? Did I miss?
Yeah.
Like
I'm reading it online. I'm like, wait a minute. Was this character always a girl, or did they misgender them? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's fucking with me. So, yeah.
All right, though, brother. I do have to go. Got to do this again. Unfortunately, I forgot. I have another podcast to go to for sports.
Do your thing, man.
But this was fun. We got to do this again.
For sure. We got.
Appreciate y'all, chat. Yeah. I will be here all the time now.
Yeah. We here, man. Thank you for coming.
Kurigam the GOAT.
Hey.
Don't let nobody tell you differently. Greatest of all time. That's not even hyperbole.
Generational talent.
Alrighty, party people.
All right, yo. Talk to you later, brother.
Y'all.
I thought Asha was a guy for like 5 chapters. I still thought she was a guy. Like, I was convinced like this is a reverse trap type beat thing they're trying to do on me here. So, but I'm like, so like you guys don't understand, like discussions for Kubera, especially ones that are like properly themed around like a character or concept or whatever, or like just like an arc or whatever. There's a lot of things that I really want to do. So having more brains, more chefs in the kitchen is gonna make it a lot better. So like I'm very excited to bring you guys that. I am done the finite. The review is done and ready. Probably go up in a week or two. Anything else I gotta tell y'all for the information? My break is over this weekend, so like on Monday I'll be properly back, so I'll be streaming again. I will be like involved. I'll be reading comments, answering comments, all of that. I just need to take a break, guys. I was burnt out. The daily videos were killing me. I had to just go have some fun, do some other things, not think about like, not Kubera specifically. Kubera's fine. Kubera will always be on my mind anyways. And as My friends are catching up. I'm talking to them, but it was really, if I'm being completely transparent, it was specifically One Piece and Tower of God. I just needed to step away from it completely because even today I read the chapter. I'm like, okay, cool, good chapter. Like I just needed a break from all of it. Like I really did. I was burnt out. So we're back to videos every other day. You will still get videos on a Tuesday, and a Thursday, and a Saturday, but those are my stream days. You'll still get videos those days, but they'll be bonus. I can't do daily uploads, especially when I'll be going back out to work again. I won't just be doing this no more. Patreon will be up on a Monday and everything too. So yeah. Let me know how the Honkai Impact when it happens. I got you. I gotta start with the first thing that I'll be beating on here will be Umineko. Not Umineko, sorry. Higurashi. Wow, Higurashi. There we go. That'll be the first thing I'll be doing. You know what I'm saying? But you guys will. I will just tell you the one thing about the final that I'll say here. I'll just give you like a small little snippet. I loved it. I actually had a great time. It's not bad at all, but I would say in terms of Kubera content that I've consumed, whether that's blog posts, season 1, 2, 3, and special chapters, comparatively, this was my least favorite, or I had the least interest in this, even though I liked Tasaka and I like Kasaka and those guys and like the Vitra clan and shit. Like I liked it. It was good, but like my level of investment was just a tad bit lower than it usually is. But it was not bad by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah. Yeah, Higurashi, yeah. If you guys don't know, I'm a visual novel merchant, so I love visual novels, so I'll be like playing that shit all the time. So we have a good year in store for us, man. I'm very excited. I'm so excited to bring you guys some content, but be patient. Things will really start to like roll out, really like end of January into February, because a lot of the stuff that I have pre-recorded will still be coming out for the next couple of weeks. I have to help myself get a little bit ahead and stockpile some stuff just to give myself more time and leeway to like make stuff, because like the daily videos were cool and stuff, and if you guys like that, I don't mind every once in a while, like a week or a month, I do daily videos if you guys like them. But I think that if I have more time to edit and stuff, I can make the videos of a higher quality, which I want to do for you. So yeah, 5K soon. Yeah, man, 5K coming, man. Very excited for that. But all right, I'm gonna go eat. I didn't eat all day yet, and I'll be back on Monday. I'm gonna stream on Monday and everything. So, hey yo, why the subs dropped? Did they? I don't know. I haven't checked. I haven't even checked like my count. I have no idea. But you guys take care. We're gonna be back. I'll be back Monday. Officially. Kubera time. YouTube? I mean, I could look. I never hit 5K, bro. My shit going up, bro. It's just like, it's weird. Like, I'll tell you guys a secret. Like, for whatever reason, YouTube likes to round shit up. So like, let's say you're at 3,099.99, whatever, right? It'll round up to 4K. But let's say 2 people unsub, it'll go back to like 3.9. So maybe that's what you're seeing. I haven't checked the numbers. I gotta look at my analytics and everything. But anyways, you guys take care.